And we are live. What's up, y'all? Coach here, and we're coming to you with another Deadzone monthly live. And our theme for tonight is everything but Khalishi, which is somebody already asked a question, so we're going to get to it in a second. But joining me on the Coach and Friend show is Roberto and Jake. So, yep, my buddies Rob and Jake, Deadzone Podcast. I don't know if you guys want to say hello.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Yellow.
Ready to be entertained?
Entertained and amused by the melodious stylings of our voice.
Exactly.
Voices. All right, and I have Andrew in the room with me here. He'll be the peanut gallery for tonight. So let's get to it. All right, so did you two young men, I know the answer to the question, but did you two young men receive your Kickstarter?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Okay, and I did listen to it, and this was, let me just sum up the Deadzone podcast. Oh, well, that looks good. Awesome. Oh, I really like these. And
yeah,
pretty much.
So on and so forth.
And we, I watched your unboxing as well, and it was a lot of music, and then there was some shuffling through some stuff, and all of a sudden a lot of things were glued together, Coach. I don't know how that happened. All of a sudden, like, everything was kind of put together, so.
Now, I will draw back the curtain. Believe it or not, everything it was all dry fitted, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so like Blaine on a jet bike and just the stuff we started putting together, it was just like, you know, let me try this, let me try that, let me try, and it all went together. So it was pretty cool. I like what they did, you know. So I know we both did reviews and whatnot, but let's go down the line. Let's go, Rob. Favorite models.
I really like the Veerman, because they're different, I guess, but they're really fun. They're the only ones I've started painting. So.
Oh, you started painting already?
Yeah. It's a surprise.
Wow. All right.
But yeah. Other than that, of course, jet bikes are awesome. You can't complain about that.
No, those are great. Well, you got 74 of them, so.
Yeah, it's true.
How about it, Jack? What do you think?
I haven't had any time to do too much. Actually, as this video goes along, I might just be reaching back here, and I got a bag of enforcers I might start assembling as we talk.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start snipping and clipping.
Yeah. So as for my favorites, I liked there was multiple sets of Veerman. The ones I thought I wouldn't like were the Warpath ones. They're smaller, and they still had the round bases where they plugged in the old Mantic system, where you'd have the little round stuff stuck to their feet. You'd plug it into the base, and I looked at them and went, but when I looked at them again, and they've got a lot of detail. They look like they're going to be really fun to paint. So I'm not passing a judgment.
Yeah, you know, I got those in a crazy box, and they're not terrible, but the problem is with those, are they stalkers, creepers, maligni? It doesn't matter, because I got these here. Hold on. All right, so
It's our podcast.
yes. So this guy here, I don't know if you could see him. You know, I'm gonna turn my light on for a second.
That'll work.
All right. So this guy here, I'm going red and all weathering. He's got the I guess it's a hand drill, but then they got this backpack going on to, it almost looks like a fireman's hose.
Yes.
Like the nozzle coming off. And then the only other one, I guess, because this is like a 40K thing, like 5 guys and a heavy weapons guy. So this is the two-handed gun dude. and it was where are they? So now this guy, I guess you could use him as a creeper, the guy, the one with the better shoot stat, and then I guess these guys could be the stalkers, which are the ones with the better fight stat. But what's with the with the hose underneath it? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, because it connects to that squirt gun looking thing under the arm.
right.
I just I looked at the back, and it looks like certain backpacks are supposed to plug in with certain bodies, and it
Right.
looks like, and the hoses are supposed to go into a certain location, and I could have dry fit all of them and made sure. I didn't do that. The hoses are going to are connected to various near the backpack type situation.
Yeah, and and then if you don't put the hose in, then you're gonna get a stigmata thing that you guys were talking about going on, because it's a really that one piece that fits in is like a huge hole on the wrist.
It's a big dash. It looks like
Yeah.
a failed suicide attempt.
Right.
It's big.
Green stuff.
But I do like the model, all the details and everything, much more so than the other Veerman that had kind of everything was rounded and smooth.
Yeah, these guys are a little. It seems like, but the Restic is just freaking horrible, man. I know you're a fan of it, but I can't stand it. It's just terrible. But
A lot of mold lines on those ones.
yeah, they were the Mantic mold lines were making an appearance, so they were pretty tough. So we just been joined through the warp. Fabian just showed up. What's up?
What's up? What's going on, guys?
So
How's it going?
Not bad.
Fabian is not eating this time. Will we be getting will you be eating later or?
No, I already ate. I
Okay.
already ate. I didn't want to. I was falling asleep though, so as soon as you texted me, I was like, "Oh, let me get up."
All right, so we just went over what are your favorite models in the Kickstarter, which Fabian, out of everyone, received this Kickstarter before anyone.
Yes.
They like him more than us.
I haven't really been looking them over so much, but I started building the Pathfinders because they were the ones that are the most interesting to me from the get-go. So that's what I'm working on. Pathfinders.
Yeah, they are pretty good. Now the fun part is trying to make them work in a list. That's going to be the fun part.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I think that's gonna be hard to do. I know I came up with a list. I'm not sure how effective it'll be, but had a bunch of guys in it, so.
I think I really like the Pathfinders. I like the. This is everything I did so far.
Damn.
Like, I put it all together, right? So let's go over the Nightmares. I love these guys. So the Nightmares are awesome. The Broodmother's very cool. I don't know if I'd ever run her in a competitive list, but she's pretty awesome.
See, I think I'd rather run her than the other one,
Yeah,
the
but
Progenitor.
yeah, I'd rather run than Progenitor because you're losing one tactical dice, but the Mantic Splat is to reactivate an activated model. So
And her splat sucks.
yeah, basically her splat is kind of self-serving. Just boys, jump in front of me and protect me.
True.
Piper's cool though.
And,
I haven't
the
looked at
Piper too.
his.
The Piper has a good. No, I'm sorry, that was the Piper's splat, right? That he reactivates.
He makes more rats, doesn't he? Or is that something special? Or is that
No,
something
that's a special rule that he has.
No.
Yeah, the progenitor, a Veerman model that was already marked as activated, started turn, makes a move action up to 1Q. This may trigger fights.
Moves him forward.
That's dangerous, man. That's dirty as hell. 30 points, 3 victory points. Why do we get 4 of them, though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why do we have 4 progenitors?
They added 2 in that Vermin Beast Pack.
Okay.
Then we had gotten 1 originally as one of the stretch goals, and then
Mhm.
when they changed it from metal to plastic, they made it 2 instead of 1.
Right. Okay.
So that's why we have 4.
We have 4, but we can only take 1 at a time. I can understand 2, 1 for the sniper rifle and 1 for the.
Well, there's the, what is it, the
Ram.
Malingus or something?
Yeah, Malignus Chem Thrower, isn't that the same thing?
No.
Yeah, that's
Because
the same model.
The Malignus Chem Thrower are these guys. Can you see him? So you got this guy that you build up.
Isn't he just a creeper?
Yeah, the creeper and the stalker, and then this guy with that thing in the front.
Yeah.
In the book you have the hazard stripe. So yeah, in the book it's this.
Yeah,
guy.
that's the Malingus.
Right. So in the book he is right there, and that's this model that I made from the stalkers and creepers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the more models, the better. Don't get me wrong. I'm never one to shy from more models.
Right.
But
They actually, Progenitor doesn't look that different from the other guys, anyways. You could use them as something, I'm sure.
yeah, I'm sure you can. Just that the sniper rifle is pretty cool.
Because the other one's he's just pointing with something on his wrist, right?
Yeah, he's got the
Yeah.
he's got a hand drill, and then I guess it's a ray gun.
Yeah,
Right.
this is ray gun. I just keep looking at the book, so.
That's okay. Ray gun, yeah. And then I like this. I like the plastic and everything. The wiener cannon, right? We were saying you got the beans above the frank. So that's a good one. The what is this? The Night Terror.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's really cool.
I like how the backpacks, too, can just sit on. Like, you don't even have to magnetize them. They just stick in and out.
Yeah, you could do that. I'm gonna throw a magnet, and I'm gonna use the magnetic paint for those guys.
Mm.
Because I don't know, but looking at his stats and stuff, I'm not too jazzed up by that.
I have a question, since I missed the beginning.
Yes.
Like Lee asks in the questions, why no Khalishi?
We're gonna get to it.
We
Why
never
is
got
it
there
every
yet.
Khalishi?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
All right. Wasn't sure if I missed it.
No, you didn't. That's it. Jack, tell him about building up in the business. He's not in the business of maybe we should
No,
explain.
I get
to him about
the
that.
slow burn and all that, but I wasn't sure. Maybe you spoke about it early on, so.
No,
No,
I
you don't bury the lead. That's the hook that's going to keep everyone in past the commercials, past we're all dirty shills. We'll all have to do our plugs, and then after that we'll get to it. So
we'll get to it.
Just hold on.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The sponsors haven't been coming in, so we might have a special episode of commercial-free goodness going on in here.
Okay, if we have.
What do you think about this hunk of metal, the shock trooper?
Did you see the one that they offered special today at Mantic Open Day?
Right. So basically, the guy had his hand up and the gun
yeah, it's
down.
much different. Yeah.
I think they just flipped the arms around.
I think so.
Like the gun is on the other arm now instead.
No, it was.
No, it's on the same. Yeah.
Is
It's
it?
different body. The body's different. He's got you can actually see his head, where it's got the speckles on his head.
Well, if you buy something now this weekend for $50, you'll get it free.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with this, you can't even model it different because if you put the arm on, you have to put it this way because the shell has the ridges for the arm to actually fit into. So if you wanted to model it a different way, it's that's the thing about metal. I grew up Ralph Partha, Grenadiers, all that good stuff, and
we're happy it's gone, but
yeah, it's insane. I actually have a dragon that's about 9 pounds. It's a big hunk of metal. Jack, do you remember that the Grenadiers had the Dragon Lords, and they would come out every month with a different Dragon of the Month club, and at the end it was like Tyrannus.
I don't remember that. No. Within arm's reach.
I remember those old big metal dragons, but that's a big one.
No, it's all metal. So
He used it to take down a tree in his backyard.
so this would be one of the old metal dragons, and this is Tyrannus.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's about, I'd say, about 8 to 10 pounds. It's a good hunk of metal right there.
And there was a time you had to go to the game store. You had to you perused around. Now you just order online. It comes to your door. Someone drops it off.
Yeah, we didn't have no intranet.
Nope.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the Piper?
He's cool.
I've got him around here somewhere.
We like the little rat squads.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. He's got a cool rule. He's actually got a splat and he's got a rule, which is nice. You know, he could summon rats, and then his special rule is pretty cool, which is you know, he could summon the Veerman, the Tide of Veerman. So basically, if it allows it, you can summon a Veerman swarm into the cube with you. So I kind of dig that, man. You know, it's nothing like getting free units, man.
You just got to get more Vermin swarm models. They got to sell them
Right.
separately.
Well, the fun, here's the fun part. I'm sorry. The Tide of Veerman, choose an unactivated friendly troop and immediately make a full activation with it. Mark the model as activated afterwards as usual, which is actually better than the progenitor. His ability, the Swarm Lord, when deploying your models, in addition to your strike force, deploy 2 Veerman swarm bases in your deployment zone. If there are fewer than 2 swarms in play, the Piper may use a special action to call a new swarm. Place a single Veerman swarm in the Piper's cube. The target cube must have enough available room to fit the Veerman swarm. If no such cube exists, the Piper may not call a Veerman swarm. Veerman swarms are not part of the army list, gain no experience, are not added to the player's roster. So basically, Mantic gave us 2, and
You can only have 2. Yeah.
you only need 2. So that's it. That's pretty good. So about Big Daddy.
I love him.
Yeah. He's pretty heavy for plastic.
Yeah. Well, this is that. I think this is that PVC, because the Wiener cannon is the PVC, and I think the Night Terror, the progenitors, they're all that PVC plastic. It's actually pretty decent, other than the hard plastic. I kind of like it.
And actually, you can melt it and move it around, too.
Oh, yeah?
I did by mistake when I was using my hot glue gun.
Mm-hmm.
And my terror, I was gluing his feet down, and all of a sudden his foot was like really soft. And it was, so you can move him around, so it's kind of cool.
No, that's all right. That's pretty good. So you can dunk it in water?
I'm not sure about water. I haven't tried yet, but hopefully.
Jack, you wanted to do that, right?
I do want to. We made a mistake by not getting more of the aberration. We should have, because once you see the model and you see the potential, and we didn't even for Infestation we got the 1, and then for Warpath, I don't even think we got one there. So all the bold things that I think we could do with them, we made a mistake by only getting the 1.
Yeah. But for Warpath, you guys went like balls deep in that one, right?
Yeah, a lot of vehicles and things like that, but we stayed away from the plague because we had most of it. We got some murder birds and bursters coming, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should have got more aberrations after seeing them. They're so cool.
Yeah.
For Deadzone, the points list it looked like it'd be prohibitive. Like, what would you need more than say a couple, like, to have? And now that we've gotten the final version, we're seeing 200 points and at 40 points a pop. Like, we probably could field more, but again, it's not like they're not going to be able to. They're not selling them anymore, so it'd just be. It's such a nice model, and I like how it looks a lot like the first run, the Type 1As, but it's different, and you can tell the sculpt's really nice. I've been pawing at it.
Yeah, it's even sharper, I think, with all the little spikes on them and stuff. It looks really cool.
I think the stage 1 still holds up though. He's still like when I think Plague, I think of stage 1. You know, the stage 1 model.
He's better now too.
You know what I mean? It's like even though he was like, you know, he's like say a first gen Deadzone model, but he was like when we went to DEFCON that first year, and you know they had him painted up in the thing. I'm like, what the hell is that? And it was kind of thing that drew our eye to it. And it, you know, then when you put him on the table, he's huge compared to all the other 28 millimeter guys, and you know he still holds up pretty good. You know,
if they never changed that model, that would just fine. I know they're changing the Type 3s, and they've probably got some other stuff, but that model will always be like Deadzone, like the face of Deadzone for me, anyways.
Well, he was for a long time for the podcast.
He still is on our shirts and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, and the sticker. I got my magnet and sticker here.
Yep.
You know. How about these boys?
Yep.
The dog drones.
Voltron. I like them. Jack doesn't. He liked the old K9 version, but.
Yeah, but you know what? I liked the Pathfinders, the models, and I thought they would be the finicky, like, because they were kind of finicky a little bit, but the jet bike kind of took the cake for tinkering. I don't know if Rob's obviously built a couple. I don't know if anyone else has, but it's pretty delicate. My big sausage fingers. It was not easy.
You didn't have to build the Forge Fathers. You would have cried, Jack.
There would have been broken Forge Fathers. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I don't know why the torso had to be in 2 pieces on those Forge Fathers, but they turned out awesome. Green stuff to put the torso to the legs is the only thing I can say. They don't fit correctly.
Yeah, those guys I'm saving for last because I pretty much for my my Forge Fathers I got the Storm Rage veterans in the crazy box, and every list I'm running is other than the drop suit guys. Let's see where. Other than the drop suit guys, I'm pretty good with them.
They're pretty cool. They turned out pretty awesome. No left-handed guns though. Annoying.
They're all southpaws?
No, they're all right-handed.
Oh.
That's right. In Forge Fathers, no left hand.
They get rid of them.
I like this guy made the rat guy with 2 guns.
Yeah.
He's got, you know, for Eric's OTG.
Gotta have the 2-gun rat guy.
Pistols.
Yeah, the two rat pistol guys is you need that. You need that.
I think every shit needs a 2-handed guy.
Yeah. And rules for them.
Pathfinders, bro.
This is one of my favorite models. He's pretty simple, but he's awesome.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
put him
Recon.
together.
Yep.
I moved his gun up a little bit to make him a little more action, but he's cool.
He looks like this guy too. He's great, and I think that's the PVC plastic, right?
Yeah, it seems like it.
The Piper, and Lane on the jet bike. I'll tell you what, man. I like the hard plastic, but I like this PVC too. It's pretty good. because that's the same as, like I said, the Wiener cannon, the aberration and stuff. It's not a
Blank
bad
Shepherd.
material.
It's
You
that
know?
lighter gray stuff. It seems to be a different material.
And with Forward Observer here, I don't really see any mold lines.
No, he had none. He was awesome.
Yeah. Andy, you want to get on this? What's your favorite?
My favorite.
Well, come over here, because, you know.
No new reps for Andrew.
Yeah, oh, no, there are.
I don't know, the Shock Trooper. I like the
Saphir.
Saphir guy. I like.
Mhm.
What's this one?
Anybody get extra stuff? I got 2 of those.
The Nightmare.
Yeah, the Nightmares.
Night Terror. That's a Night Terror.
On the Night Terror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, I gotta go with the Rebs being the.
The Hun, the Bounty Hunter is pretty cool.
The Hun Bounty Hunter is really cool as a Reb, but as a Merc, he's phenomenal. Fire control, and you know, he's on fire. And then how about that 9 pounds of metal, the Ogre Terminator?
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Forgot to order that one.
You forgot? No, it should have came with the pledge, bro.
No,
No, we
didn't.
never got Orbit Terminator either.
No, we didn't.
We got the
Yeah,
Chief
he's not
Mamalaka
part of it.
Makamaka. He's pretty heavy too, this dude.
Yeah.
The Ogre was that last one that we didn't reach for the pledge for as a.
Right.
And his face is
stretch
covered. He's got
goal.
a big chain gun.
Yeah, he's just a silhouette,
Mhm.
but you can add them as an add-on for $10.
They were cool.
Wait a minute. I got him. I don't remember ordering him.
You must have, because I remember when I placed my order, I was like, ah, shit, I forgot to order that.
Yeah, we never got him. Yeah. Look at you. Maybe they gave it to you because you're a coach.
The awesomeness has come through finally.
Most likely you
Yeah.
ordered it.
Andrew, can you get the gun too? The yeah, well maybe they threw it in like Fabian, you got the Lancer. Maybe you got two
Yeah, I
of
got
those.
2 of those.
Yeah.
We never got anything free.
No, we got. We got
I'm
I'm
some
sure it
dollars
was
that
more
you
more than
also
a gift.
Yeah. It was a mispack which went your way. That's all that matters.
Exactly. I'd rather have 1 extra than 1 less. So, thank
Yep.
you, man.
That's true. So yeah, so he's got this, and then the gun. He put the I guess the close combat thing into it. I don't know if I want to put this on because it actually looks kind of good as a kind of like a Jesse Ventura gun.
From Predator.
Yeah. Old Painless is waiting. But he's really like he's
I wish he
10,
was
12
plastic.
ounces. What's that?
I wish he was in that plastic and that.
In that PVC, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, like the interview when I was speaking to Ronnie, he's like, "Oh, it's just so much easier
Yeah.
to do it in metal."
Yeah, for the small run characters, they definitely cheaper to do them in metal.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think about the interview with Ronnie?
Like I told Rob, I said he moves. He's the video version, because I watched it because it was a bit late.
That wasn't my fault.
No, it was not. No.
Right.
And I know Rob was watching live, and he was updating me because I was at work.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, I'll watch it when I get home, and it was informative. He was certainly excited, and you didn't let him get away with too much. I'll tell you, Coach, you were on him. You didn't pull any punches. You had some stuff you had to get off your chest. You had some questions, and you.
Oh yeah. No, well, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what's cool is that like you can do that with him. You could banter with him and beat him up a little bit, and he's like, yeah, no worry, you know, like when I was telling him about, hey, listen, and I did listen to what we now call it will be in the annals of history as the angry Deadzone episode, right? The angry episode. I did try to set the record straight.
No, you did for sure. It was great.
You certainly did. Yeah.
And I was like, you know, hey, listen, you know, I was lucky enough to meet these guys, and I've been on the podcast now and then, but they basically do it. And I said, you know, they're the ones, the catalyst behind the containment protocols and all this stuff. And at the very end, he goes, "Well, I'm glad you're still running the podcast."
Oh,
Yeah.
And I was like, forget it. You know.
Yeah, you tried your best. You tried your best, and yeah. Oh well.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, we got enough fans. We get enough out of it. We don't need adulation from the president of the company. I'm sure he's got better things to do.
Who's
You know, small potatoes over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well.
I would like to say though that the my favorite episode came out today, or last night actually.
Yes, the Marauders.
Yeah.
I was talking to Andrew. We liked his goblin.
We have our Uncle George. He doesn't sound like that, but you know, like when everybody listened to Eddie Murphy, and then James Brown sounded like Eddie Murphy, and everybody was making fun of James Brown because they were making fun of Eddie Murphy. Uncle George is morphed into Andrew's rendition of
Eddie
him.
Murphy.
Yeah, Andrew's Eddie Murphy now, just without the money.
What do I know?
What do I know? But I was glad you picked that one because he did that, and I was like, we were sitting here talking about it, and I was like, dude, you should go straight Uncle George with it. He goes, all right, I'm gonna do it again. And he said that, and we went over it and over and over it, and then that's when I sent it to you. I was like, you know, choose which one you want, but we're leaning heavily towards the Uncle George version of.
It was no choice. That was much better.
Yeah. It was trying to get I have a special guest who's supposed to pop in, and just gave me a thumbs up. I don't know where he is.
Ooh, who can it be?
So, did you hear any of the news from the Mantic Open Day?
I had a wonderful day with my family. I went to see Civil War, which was freaking awesome.
Obviously.
Although I do have issues.
Oh God.
I do have issues.
Like?
All right.
Oh, wait. Before you say anything, you gotta make sure that the one person that's watching this saw it.
Did you guys all saw it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't really, we have one viewer who we're very happy to hear. Viewer, please put in the comments who you are so we can talk to you. But okay. I saw the Fantastic Four movie, the newest one.
Oof.
And everybody poo-pooed it. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. And we watched it on cable. And this is exactly. I was sitting here. He was sitting there, and we went like this, exactly like this. We go. It wasn't that bad. I didn't hate it. I thought it was okay.
It was better than the original.
Well, the originals were actually pretty good. I liked those two.
Well,
They were campy movies.
I kind of was the same way. It wasn't great, but not as bad as everybody was making it out to be.
Right. It wasn't the worst thing ever. Now,
But it's not Fantastic Four either.
well, yes. Okay. I'll give you that. But I'm watching Civil War, and they rewrote Spider-Man. They rewrote Spider-Man. Okay. Number one, he's a kid with a pair of pajamas going around making wisecracks and stuff. When the frick is he getting back by Tony Stark? Okay, I know in the comic, but they rewrote Spider-Man.
Yeah, they just advanced it or reversed it, I guess you could say, since Civil War happened when Spider-Man was technically an adult.
Yeah, in the Civil War comic book, Tony Stark does give him a new Spider-Man costume. It's just he's been around a lot longer. There's just getting timey-wimey with the age.
And hot Aunt May.
Yeah, Marissa Tomei.
I think I'd rather see Hot Aunt May than Pepper Potts again.
That's true, because
I agree.
my biological clock is ticking like this.
But Gwyneth Paltrow, I don't know, when she was walking in those high heels, I don't know. I've never been a big fan, but...
Well, no, she looked pretty good in the when she turned into that monster thing, the heat thing.
Oh, that was the worst movie. Yeah, that for me, that's the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was the worst one.
The Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't get it.
it was pretty terrible.
What's going on, guys?
But
Oh,
Give
see,
me Pat.
my special guest. See, now Pat, this is going to cause a rift
Well, how's that?
because they said that only Jack and Rob have exclusive access to Community Pat, Shop for Pat. So I said, nah, son.
Just stealing more of our stuff.
Well, I
you
mean,
know.
maybe Jake and Ron do. I think.
It's Jake and Roberto.
Robert.
nothing's sacred anymore.
It is, as Ronnie likes to call it, coaching friends.
Yeah.
Coaching
Hey, it's the podcast already, Coach. You might as well steal all our guests. Too.
You know, when I'm broadcasting the podcast, it's tough to edit, but I get it done. You know, I can do it, and then sometimes I'm not even on. I just let the other two guys run it.
You make
don't
us sound good, though, Coach. You make us sound real good.
You know, I just, you know, it's all for the kids, man. It's all for the kids. All right, Pat. So we're hitting you up, man. You're gonna get the thing. We all got our Kickstarter. Pat, you got your Kickstarter, right?
I did not. I'm still since it's just all of us. I still haven't even got my Kings of War Kickstarter.
What?
Yeah, it's all right. I'm not that worried about it. You know, it's not like I can't get the stuff anyways. I'd be more concerned if I was an actual customer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah, when are we getting the clock and the army builder for that? By the way.
Oh, you mean the app?
Yeah. Any word
Probably
on that?
after this phase of Deadzone, because there was something with the app that wasn't up to par.
Okay.
So it went back for redesign, and it's going to come out with this next wave with like Empire Dust and all that stuff.
Okay. Cool.
So, but that's
I'll be
on.
honest, the army builder. I like a legal pad and a pen.
Well, you know that Easy Army online is
Yeah, it's the best.
it's as easy as you can get, I suppose. You know.
Yeah. And if I'm gonna do it, I'm a fan of Battlescribe. I really do like Battlescribe.
I haven't actually had a chance to mess without that yet.
Yeah, I've been playing with it ever since you said Pet or Coach, and yeah, it's good. The guy doing it on Facebook's doing the new Deadzone, which is great.
Yeah. But he said he's done. He's like I'm not gonna do the merc. So if anybody wants to do it, they're more than welcome.
Meanwhile, the other online army builder it's pretty complete now. He's done even more on that, so it's pretty great.
Is that the guy on Facebook with like the clown face? The what the hell's his name? V from Vendetta. That's his icon.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I tried to do it. What do? Then you press PDF and then it prints up.
Yep.
PDF, and then you save the PDF, or you can just print from it. Yeah, it works. Like that's what I use. It's,
Yeah.
You can make a list, and as long as you choose the point value first. If you it starts at the default at 150. You start making a list, and you're like, oh, I'm at 200. You change that point list, that point number. You start from scratch, but it's nice.
Who's
The
echoing?
only problem I have with it is when it says tactician, it doesn't give the number behind it. That's the only problem I found with it, and we've played a few games.
I looked, and he actually fixed that.
Oh, okay. Well, then scratch that. I would like to give him credit. Did you know what? Do you know his Twitter? Because you've talked to him on Twitter. It's
Facebook.
Libert or something. Or,
Yeah, let me just look it up.
I would love
Talk
to give
amongst
credit.
yourselves.
Talk about hard work, but yeah, it's fantastic. I like it.
The Battlescribe guy is Thomas Giacino. I know that.
Hmm. But he's not the Battlescribe guy. He's just the guy doing the
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Battlescribe. It's I guess I've been using it the last 4 or 5 years. You know, between that 40K and Wild West Exodus, just dropping down stuff. It's really easy to use. And on the iPad, it's 1, 2, 3. You can make changes on the fly. It's great. So, Pat, you happy with this Kickstarter? With the
Which
lack
one?
of orcs?
The Deadzone?
Deadzone, yeah.
Yeah, actually, just I'm a big orc fan still, but the orc models were good to begin with. So I mean, I do like the skyscraper.
Yeah,
but
he's pretty cool.
I think what's happening is though they put more effort in the coming Warpath orcs than they did Deadzone right now. So
now there's going to be some new orcs in Warpath.
Yeah, I've seen some. I mean, I think they look all right. I mean, I personally would have liked them better if they looked like Deadzone orcs, the more militaristic looking, Storm Boy-ish looking things. So,
I tell you, I'm glad with the new version that they dumbed down the Morbius a little bit. Because they were just ridiculous, man.
Well,
they were just too good in the past edition. It was, if you didn't shoot them and you got them in combat, there's no way you're leaving that combat.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. So, but I would have liked to see some swarms go down a little bit too. But
well,
I'm still all right with the mob beast. You just gotta take more now. That's all.
They're still good. They're still good.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah.
And I think the Chief Momalunka, his army rule in the infestation book, which I really like. I just did a review on it, and I really do like this book. I know the rules committee guys. What do they do? They just wrote the whole thing. It's like they had carte blanche on that.
On the infestation?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they. I'm not sure exactly how the rules go, but I know it gets started from somewhere. I don't know if it comes down from Jake, and then they just kind of message it up from there, and then send it out, and then redo it from there. So.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, I like it a lot. His rule: move it. Everybody gets +1/+1 to their stats, and if you take a few skyscrapers, which they're still specialists, but the commandos are just 12 points apiece. You give everybody instead of a 1/3 a 2/4. I mean, you're in business.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited to get some more skyscrapers because of that.
Yeah.
Especially when you need to get across the board.
Yeah, just get across the board and do something. Because I know when we play Eric, all he does is his leader just sits out in the back and never moves, and that's a pain in the ass, man.
Which one is he using?
He usually uses the commando captain.
That's the one that steals commands dice, right?
And he's a tactician too. I hate that frickin' rule, man. It's the worst. You're like, all right, I'm gonna use this next turn. I'm gonna move this guy. All right, I'm gonna steal when he moves. Damn it!
I love that.
Yeah, it's good. Or like when you're playing an orc player, and then he rolls and there's no splats, you're like, good for you. Now you know what it's like.
Yeah, but you get the mulligan.
Yeah. No, I know, but when there's no splats across the table, then you know you're in business.
Oh yeah. After the mulligan.
Yeah. Because sometimes what I'll do just to mess with them, I'll just re-roll the ones you could steal. I don't care. I'll just the hell with it. Screw you guys. But then my luck, I get it 3, 4, 5 anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm not used to using the command dice, because I'm so used to using the 6-sided dice. We haven't had them, but but the command dice are just fantastic. That is such a great. I can't stress it enough how great that was, a transition from the cards, the command cards, to the command dice was such. I don't know if Ronnie came up with it or Jake, or whoever came up with it. It's just it made the game so much better in that little that little tweaking.
Yeah, I think that was a Ronnie and Jake thing, and then he sent it to me and JP, and then we played around with it, and we thought it was a really good thing. So we said we should probably keep that.
Yeah. Well, we got the that beta too, that first beta, when we were using it, and
Yeah, oh, that's before the first beta when it was just the four of us.
yeah, and it was when we first got that, like that the very first beta, I guess
Yeah.
right after when you got it, and
Mhm.
we were using that, and we were like, because we were on, we liked the cards were good, but then by replacing it with something better, we don't even miss the cards anymore.
No, I definitely didn't. I thought I was gonna miss the cards, and when Ronnie and Jake were like, "Try this," and we're like, "Ugh, no cards. What's gonna happen?"
Mhm.
And then we played around with it a couple games. Like we did like 4 games in a night, and we're like, you know what? The dice are better.
Mhm.
So
And it's more tactical, I think. It's more tactical because remember when you were playing, you get your cards, and if you play a surge card, and then the next round comes up, you can have like 8 or 9 cards in your hand. You could have a maximum of 5 dice, and you got to be really specific, and you got to really know what to use it, and then you got to make sure you have the right dice for that turn. So it's more. I think it's more strategic and more stressful than the cards were.
yeah, I mean, there was a time though when before it even came out where it was if you didn't have a leader, all you got was 1.
Right.
So if you lost your leader, you only got 1 die, and there was then that got changed to no mulligan.
Mm-hmm.
So at least now you at least get your dice still.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, man. It's. I mean, it's just I can't say enough how much I like that aspect of the game. But the our name of the show is everything but Khalishi. I know one guy asked a question. The Khalishi models are kind of Jack, you want to take this one?
My take was they looked like something from the fantasy line. Just ported over. I don't care for the model. It's a little bit of cheesecake because they're kind of in bikini elves in space.
Well, they're basically they're Khalishi from the Dreadball teams.
From the Deadzone that we just got in the Infestation.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're based on those Khalishi. Those are the ones in the Dreadball or the Dreadball universe. They're quote unquote the pure Khalishis.
Well, I didn't care for the models.
The pure
And I'm sure
Asterians.
there's people, like I said in the podcast, I'm sure there are people who were thrilled they opened up that package and they were like, okay, I want to field a whole bunch of these, and that's fine. That's up to them. To me, they looked out of place. And I know ours when we opened up the package, all those little thin little bow and arrow, little bows and stuff. Everything was kind of like wonky.
Lots of flash.
Yeah, that was my take. Anyways, anyone else want to pipe in about how great they are, and then I look like quite the fool?
I like the new
agree with you.
marionettes they showed off at Open Day.
Yeah. Yeah, the marionettes look good. The stage 3s look good. Those bursters look great. And but the Khalishi are a little flimsy. Flimsy.
I like the fluff that they are basically turning their back on technology and resorting back to the true way of it's almost like a samurai thing.
Yeah, they don't believe in putting your consciousness in a robot.
Right, but the sculpts are a little bit they're not that good. The stuff is breaking off. I have one. The one I really liked was he had that like a naginata, but it's a double-edged one. The spear behind him, but it's kind of like melded into his back. It's not the sculpt is not good. So
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, we were just talking about it. Everything we got is great. I mean, there's nothing. Yeah. People were complaining about the shock trooper. My shock trooper is perfect. He looks great.
Mine too.
But the Khalishi, whatever the models, they just didn't come out well. Out of everything.
And I think it's just because everything else looked so good, like the aberration, everything, even like I like the Pathfinders. I haven't painted any Enforcers or any Pathfinders in all the years I've been doing this, and so Rob gave me a bunch of those, and I like everything about everything else. Just that one, the Saphir. The Sphere Hero there, he looks really good. That's the one I think really shone when we opened up the packages. He's a little smaller than I thought he was, but the detail and everything, yeah, that guy right there. He's the one that I think really stood out as like a nice. He'll be a pleasure to paint.
Yeah, he's cool.
He looks pretty good. I mean, you know, but I've been hearing a lot of complaints. Well, complaints is a strong word. You know, just dislike, I guess, for the Teraton and the Khalishi. So
I love the Teraton. I don't understand how people can hate him.
The Teraton is awesome.
yeah,
He really is.
you know, but I guess you can't bat 100, right? And bat 1,000.
No, but
Well, he can't please everyone. That's the problem.
well, also too, you know, like let's say this is Dozer from Dreadwall, and this is the Shock Trooper.
Mm-hmm.
So Dozer's a little better. I'm sorry, not better, bigger. But is Dozer is that a female or a male?
Those are supposed to be a female. That's why she's bigger.
That's why she's bigger, right? So then,
There's regular Teratons who are smaller.
right, the male.
The male Teratons are smaller.
For those uneducated, that would be sexual dimorphism. Just just.
Oh, it's bringing out the great words.
And and it's school all over again.
Yes. So and that's the end of my talk because what am I gonna do? I gotta educate over here.
All right, hey, I gotta be right back. I got someone's at the door.
All right. Uh-oh.
He lives in
Ronnie?
Chicago. This might be the last time we see him.
Ronnie's coming to beat Pat over the head. I don't mind you hanging out with Coach, but that Jake and Roberto.
Those are those guys? Oh no, that's not who we want you hanging out with.
just
Ronnie's gonna
on a podcast with Jack and Rob. Who never heard of them? Jack and Rob? No, doesn't ring a bell.
He's gonna tell you to fire them.
It's a certified letter with the pink slip in it from.
Yeah, at least we can't be fired. Only Pat can be punished in any way for this.
Right.
He lives.
Yeah, it was just the dog getting after a raccoon.
Oh, all right.
So,
Pat,
yes, sir.
are we going to screw around this year at Adepticon, or are you actually going to have Deadzone at the Adepticon next year?
Oh, I'll have Deadzone. I didn't do it this year because how close to the new release we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to put something out there with the old rules when the new rules were going to be right there, and not everyone had the new rules. So I was in that spot in limbo where do I run a version 2 event or do I just demo it? And I just chose to demo it instead.
Right. That's what we were saying. That it was I mean, when the PDF came out, what, a few weeks just before Adepticon?
Yeah, like maybe a month. And I'm in the same position with Warpath at Gen Con, so I think it's just going to be. I just we were supposed to be close to release of the PDF by Gen Con, that got pushed back. So now I'm not doing any Warpath at Gen Con.
Okay. Now with the PDF, we're all backers for Warpath. Are we going to get a PDF of Now the PDF, is that just like the playtest version or the PDF book like we got with Deadzone?
For the Warpath?
Yes.
Right now we're in beta, right?
Yes.
So when it's time for it to go to print, then we'll release the beta, and then a couple weeks later, then the hardback books will be out.
And how far is that? Is there any timeline on that, or?
Honestly, it's kind of still up in limbo a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to say last time I heard it was going to be August, September.
Right.
But that can change it.
Right, like with this Kickstarter, it's January, so, right, Jack?
I have no idea.
No, January for Deadzone.
I don't do the Kickstarters. Mr. Moneybags over there.
That's all Jack. That's all Robin.
Yeah,
he was setting you up for the joke, Jack, and you missed it. That's all that's happening here.
you know, my comedic genius is just it's wasted.
Just lost.
Rob, you caught it, right?
I was there. I was there with you, Coach.
Thank you.
Disappointed with my sidekick.
As always.
I feel like he's being distracted by whatever he's building.
That's right. Shiny.
I get very little time to play, so I'm enjoying company, but also putting forces together.
No, it's a good. These hangouts are a good way of chit chatting, getting your stuff put together.
Yeah, I got contacted today by a bunch of guys who went to Open Day, saying that, oh, Coach, I got Deadzone, you know, guys from YouTube and some of the guys I know from various, you know, from the WGC and just from hanging out and stuff. And they're like, oh, you know, you're gonna do the hangout. I says, yeah, it'll be on YouTube, because it's like right now I think it's like 3 a.m. in England.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m.
Yeah. But,
so they should be just getting done with Open Day, right?
I guess, you know. I mean, if it was us, last time our open night went, what? It was about 2 o'clock.
For some, yeah.
Yeah.
For us old guys, it went a little bit later or a little bit earlier.
So how was it this year? You know, you didn't have.
It was good. I mean, we had way more people this time.
Yeah.
I think having the bar option instead of the food option was a much better deal. People were hanging out, we were drinking. There was a lot of games going on. It was very successful, and I liked how it was more. There was just gaming, and then where the Q&A turned out to be just kind of like a social hangout. So there were people talking about armies, playstyle, strategies. They were just talking about how Adepticon was for the day. It was a good vibe.
Right.
So.
Did all the Kings of War people take over?
No, actually, they had their mega battle going on over there, and they were having a good time, being loud. We had a monster battle going on instead of a mech zone going on, but there was quite a few people for the Deadzone area, and the Dreadball and the Dungeon Saga. So
it's good.
It was a good blend. It was a good blend of all the games.
So now the next Kickstarter is going to be Dreadball, right? Is that the new?
Probably. I think so.
Yeah, they kind of said today
That's
it's
what Ronnie
Mexican.
said.
Yeah, Dreadball needs a refresh for sure.
Now, why does it need a refresh? Because I think Dreadball is pretty good as it is. Or is it just
clean it up, put it all into one book?
It needs a cleaning up.
Balance everything.
It needs to be one. I mean, as it is right now, if you want to play a Season 4 team, you still have to get the other 3 books behind it because there are rules in those other books
right
that are not covered in Season 4. So it needs to be into one compendium now. I think there does still need to be some team balancing now because we've been 2 years now and we haven't really done too much as far as team balancing. We need to look at some of the teams that are not as competitive in competitive play, maybe figure that out.
just don't touch my nameless?
Yeah, that's a big.
Pat, you were the one who told me to buy them.
Did I really?
Yeah, remember we were there, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna pick some teams. We picked up Extreme and regular. I picked up the last Azure Forest box that was at Adepticon, and I was like, all right, I want to pick a team, and you know, I like the Forge Fathers, I like this and that, and you're like, no, you should grab the Nameless. They're pretty good.
Yeah, and then they are.
Pat, thanks a lot.
But the Rebs give the Nameless a run for their money too. So.
Yeah, oh yeah. The Jack that could run, the Centaur guy. Yeah, he's fantastic.
And then now you got if you know how to play them right, those Sudachan are ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can just use all your guys and clear a path and have one guy just run right down the middle of the board untouched.
Now, when I interviewed Ronnie, he was talking about maybe putting in some wide receivers, a quarterback, and things like that.
Yeah, I think me and him had a talk. We were looking to actually incorporate or make throwing more of a viable option. As of right now, hardly anyone throws the ball unless you're throwing a strike. And it would be nice to see a little more passing, at least if anything laterally. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're running the triple option now.
Yeah.
These Brits come over here and try to steal our football sport, putting it into Red Bull. What the hell's going on here? No, but yeah, like I remember I was playing Eric. It was Zor versus the Nameless, and it came down to the last strike, my last turn, and I remember it was like, should I pick up the ball? I had 2 activations left, and I had to pick up the ball and try to strike. If I would have got 1 point, I would have won. Or I'm sorry, 2 points, I would have won. And I was sitting there for 5 minutes thinking about what to do, and Eric goes, "You're in a real pickle now." I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what to do." So I end up picking up the ball successfully. I get the free move. I throw the thing. I miss the freaking strike. I whiff on the dice. But it was one of those like hot and heated, like, oh my God, came down to the wire. So and by moving it to D8s, is that gonna?
Did he say he was gonna move it to D8s?
He said he was thinking about moving it to D8s. Yeah, that was one of his things. Which I think, honestly, if he does that, I think people's heads will explode. I don't know if you're on Facebook. I know me and Rob are on Facebook. I know Fabian is too. These guys complain about the numbnuttedest things in the world. It's just.
But that's social media. That's just you can complain about how to fry an egg on Facebook.
No, but it's like, when's the FAQ coming out? Now, I've been kicked in the head a lot. I'll be honest with you. I've been kicked in the head quite a bit. But I read through the Deadzone rule book. Fabian read through it. Eric is here. Even Andrew read through it. My son read through it. We really don't have any questions. It's very clear. It's very concise. We've come up with 1 or 2 things. We really don't have to refer to the book. The only thing I think we refer to is, what was the number of frag? What's the number of gravity when the guy falls? Just things, odd things that happen once or twice a game that you don't remember. But all in all, I don't go in the frickin' rule book for anything.
Yep.
What do we need an FAQ for? Is it that prevalent? Are you guys like? I mean, all right. Like I said, I've been kicked in the head quite a bit. I don't think I'm the smartest guy here, but I could figure this game out. Like, after I read the book, I was good.
Yeah, it's hard to explain that. I just know that there are some people who want their answer to be their answer, but it's not in the book.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if the answer is in the book, it's not their answer that they want. So they think the solution to that is an FAQ.
There's only one question in the FAQ anyway. It's where are the cards?
Yeah.
That's what everybody wants to know.
In your hobby drawer.
Yeah, it's like, it's so annoying.
Yeah, I mean, and some, maybe just some people just don't get it, and then they just need to be explained a little more clear too. I mean,
I don't know, man.
I don't know why I don't feel like there's going to be a fact for a little bit. I mean, there's not that big of a. I don't hear a lot of rules questions or arguments yet.
Go to the podcast and go to Family Gamers. We pretty much covering it in depth. Like, I'm trying to do the videos or base the videos like from A to B. I'm figuring it out and I'm putting it out there. I know we discuss it on the podcast. When I let the guys do the podcast on their own, they do it. They do it on themselves. So But no, you know what I'm saying. There's stuff out there. It just seems like one guy today. Holy crap! About the cards. Just make yourself cards, man. If worst comes to worst, grab the old cards and just pencil the shit in.
Yeah, for sure. Like, the book, you just print what's in the book. You can use those as cards. Like, you just photocopy it and cut them out. Like, they're already pretty nicely shaped. But,
Well, how about that the guy we were just talking about to make the lists? Just
Yeah.
cut those things out.
yeah. Or just use the army builder and it prints it onto a sheet. You don't need cards.
No, and then cut them out and then make them cards.
Like it's on a sheet. It's right there in front of you, with all the description at the bottom of all the special effects, so you don't have to go in the book for it.
Yeah, that's nice. Like Battlescribe has that. I like that
Yep.
a lot, man.
Yeah. Any army builder needs that. Have that.
Mm-hmm.
Explain what you have, so you don't have to worry about all the things you don't have, and it's great. Oh, that guy's name is Luther Bassett, by the way. I looked it up.
Luther Bassett. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Bassett.
Thank you, Mr. Brissett.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, people always find something to complain about, is because people hate change. Anything changes, they freak out. And like you say, if they change the D8s in Dreadball, even though it'll make the game better, people will freak out.
I think so. I mean, I'm not sure I'm on board with the D8 myself.
Well, it gives you a wider range of making variety in armies, right? Or
It
in
does.
factions.
It does. I mean, and if we want to go the direction that we want to go, then I think it's probably best that we go to D8.
Or go even farther, go D10s.
What? D10s?
Well, actually, D10s you can actually find more.
Now,
D8s are hard to find.
now that's just crazy talk.
Why don't we just go with a Decahedron and just do it like that, and you should be fine.
We'll just bring back the old D20 set.
Yeah.
That's what
I-
Infinity uses, doesn't it?
Does
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I actually had a D30. It was a big. I remember it was like a big cherry crystal. It was like this. It was a D30.
Yeah, mine was. I had one that was purple. Somebody we knew had a D100.
I have a D100 laying around here somewhere in a bag.
Yeah, I got 100 somewhere.
Is that it's like a volleyball?
No, it's got balls inside of it, and it just like you can hear it. It's like shakes, like a rattler.
It's like a Morocco.
Yeah.
Don't just don't say that, Rob, because when you say it, sounds dirty.
It's my sultry tones. Yeah, Jack's looking for the D100. There it is.
D100.
I gotta click on Jack. Oh yeah, this is exactly one that looks like mine, except for mine's green.
D100 right there.
Well, I technically have a D100 right here.
Oh yeah, those are cool too. The
Which is
percentile dice.
inside of a 10.
Yep.
This is what
There's
the
my
math teachers used to use to teach probability.
That's the D30. Probably the same one Coach had.
Yeah, that's it. It was in red. The same thing.
I lost all my dice. I don't know where they went.
All of them?
Yeah, when times I moved, they disappeared. So I have to build up my new sets of dice now.
I still have a dice set from the 8th grade.
I'm sure Jack has his Riddle D&D set.
We were just talking about that. I got mine. Mine's light blue.
Jack.
You know, Pat. Mine was light blue too. It came with the.
It came in the blue set.
It was
No,
the
in the red.
Dungeons
In the
and
red.
Dragons set.
Yeah, mine came in the red box. The
There
original.
it is.
Yep, the red box.
That's exactly it.
Yep.
And it's got the green crayon in it.
That's
And all the
right.
corners are busted off of it.
It's not in good shape, I'll tell you that.
Well, what are we talking? We're talking 30 plus years, right?
And there's
Yeah,
the
something like that.
D6 from it.
Maybe even longer than that. I mean, those dice are probably older than Top Gun.
I don't keep much. I'm not a hoarder. In fact, I like to pretty Spartan, but some things just can't let go of.
Yeah, you can't let go of your dice.
No, dice you got to hold on to. Actually, like in the high school, I'll confiscate the dice and I'll say, you listen, I can give you 5 days detention, or I'll just confiscate the dice. All right, no, you can keep them. You can keep them. Yeah, I want to
Keep
keep
a lot of D6.
a lot of 2 greens and reds. But what are you gonna do? Kids like to play CeeLo.
What's everyone working on?
Veerman.
I'm the only one not hobbying right now.
No, I'm not hobbying right now either. I'm waiting for stuff to dry.
It's pretty
I'm
sad.
working on a little of everything.
My media setup is upstairs, and my hobby setup is downstairs in the basement.
You have to combine that.
Well, then I would never leave the basement. I do this so I actually can move around my house.
We
See, what
already have a stereotype.
See, I have my room, and then over on the other side is the gaming room, and then all the food is upstairs. So I have to go upstairs, you know. But hey Pat, what do you think? I know you don't get your stuff yet. We were talking about the hard plastic and the PVC. I like that stuff.
I do like the PVC.
You know, especially the Wiener cannon.
Yeah.
You know, it's I don't know, this PVC stuff is really, really, really nice. I like it quite
I like
a bit.
it.
Man.
I think because it's a little easier to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the same stuff that Wrath of Kings is made of.
Yeah, and the Dungeon Saga miniatures started that. No, Mars Attack Fig started that.
Oh yeah. This seems even harder than that though. It's like in between. It's like really nice.
So yeah, no, I'm happy with this set of plastics that we're starting to use now. So.
Yeah. The what's nice is that the detail is there. The stuff is easy to work with, and there's not the Mantic mold lines. Because the Mantic mold lines in the older stuff were just heinous.
Yeah.
Gave him a bad name.
It did, but everyone has mold lines, so that's the thing.
These new ones, there's hardly any mold lines.
No, there's really really none.
Yeah. The Enforcers had a few, but not much.
No. I don't think you can ever get rid of mold lines, though. You know what I'm saying? 100%.
Well, except for that new thing that Protoss is doing, where they mold really detailed stuff with no seam. It's all one piece. It's crazy.
How are they molding it then, or how are they casting them?
It's some weird thing they've developed, and they're pretty interesting.
I wonder. I'm curious as to what's the cost of production, though.
Oh, I'm sure it's expensive.
And so
Their models are ridiculously expensive, so
it's not,
I assume they're passing it on.
It's not cost effective.
Yeah.
They get David Copperballs to do it. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that to make molds.
Maybe it's some mad experiment and they're shrinking live people.
Ah!
Like the Ant-Man.
They are British. I assume that's true.
It's true.
What Protoss games? What do they put out?
Aliens vs Predator, Warzone Resurrection, and they do a lot of miniatures for other people.
Who did Alien vs Predator? Was that
That was them.
Chambers? No, who wrote the rules? Was that Annie Chambers, right? I thought Annie Chambers wrote those rules.
Could be.
That wasn't Alessio?
No, he didn't do AVP.
No, he did something else.
He's doing Labyrinth now, right?
He's doing maybe he did do AVP. Maybe it was AVP he did.
Now I gotta look it up.
Yeah,
Bolt
exactly.
action. Didn't he do bolt action?
No, Bolt Action was.
Alessio did bolt action.
Did he do Bolt Action?
Yep.
I think he did do AVP. Now I think about it.
ProtostGames.com is under construction. You can't go there.
Just Google search. Who wrote the rule?
So Pat, definitely. So when we're gonna do a competition at Adepticon next year, tournament for Deadzone at Adepticon, is that you writing it, or is it some other guys, or how's that gonna work?
For the scenarios?
Yeah.
I haven't thought that far ahead yet.
But you would be in charge of that, right? Writing the rules and the scenarios for it.
Yes. Or I would be in charge of getting someone to write those.
Okay.
And normally I would get someone who's not going to be playing in it. So.
Right.
Can you put in a scenario where I roll 8s all the time?
Sure. You get to roll 8s all the time, but you start 15 or 14 points behind the winner.
You know, dice to me are like garlic to a vampire.
Fabian, even with that rule, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, I know. Somehow they'd all land, on the pointy side.
Actually, Fabian was 3-0 at the tournament last year.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought you did fairly well last year, Fabian.
Yeah, shocking, but the rest of the year, not so much.
No, well, it was because, honestly, anytime, any mission it was, no matter what it was, you always just sit back because Fabian, all those guys just come running out, no cover, no nothing. Look at me, look at me, look at me. It was, by turn 2, he's got 2 models left on the table. I'm like, Fabian, I don't know, I don't think you're gonna win. I just don't know. It's my dice rolling. No, maybe it's you guys running. Or we always, it was one. When we started playing, we came back from Adepticon. I remember we were at my house, we're outside, and I have a terrace that's screened in, and we're outside playing. It's beautiful, smoking cigars, we're hanging out, and every time he played, his stage 1 or his Terraton was always killed because no matter what, it was like, so he's hiding, right? But you always saw this. There was always a hand or an arm or a toe sticking out or something.
Just didn't see all the angles.
so no matter what, it was like, well, I'm getting cover. All right, but I have my sniper and he's higher and he's this and I'm going to use the ammo, so I'm shooting you with like 90 dice and it was just always like blowing his arm off, blowing his toe off or something. it always killed like he was taking like a stage 1 and 2 Terratons and by round 2 they were gone.
Well, those things are big targets, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So has anybody? I mean, I haven't even started. I haven't even looked at it yet. The only thing I looked at was online. Anybody start building terrain or messing with the terrain yet?
No.
The new one?
Nope.
The new stuff.
I haven't messed around with the new stuff yet.
I mean, I can't wait. I actually ordered the only thing I ordered extra was I wanted it to get the computers, the extra computers, but it ended up that I got the thing with the conveyor belt, an extra one of those, and I'm glad I got that. Like, so I have 2 conveyor belts now.
Yeah, the conveyor belts are the best part, I think.
Yeah, they look sweet, man. But I'm nervous because once I start building, I might as well just order more terrain now. I might as well because you get to that point where you start building, like, all right now, and then you go to look and there's nothing left.
10% off this weekend.
It's tough to build that because you keep building, you build, and then next thing you know, you got to start with little 1x2 and 2x2 cubes, and then take it from there because you start building up, forget it. That stuff it goes like wildfire.
We have a couple buildings that are a little big. They dominate the board, which is fun. It's fun for diversity, but yeah, it's one of those projects you just add a little here, add a little there, especially with the damaged terrain. You start sticking a little wall here, We got a couple that are you can't just put them anywhere on the board. They take up a lot of space.
Yeah.
I just got a message from Tyler from Warpath. What is it? Dreadpath Zone?
Zone.
That's it. He said he's sorry he couldn't make it, but he said to say hi to everyone.
What's Dreadpath Zone? Is that a Facebook page or is that a?
No, it's a
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Warpath, Dreadball, and Deadzone.
I mean,
That's
Another one of
That's
Coach's.
another one I did.
It's another one of Coach's side projects. He does all the camera work over there. He's got the boom mic. Yeah.
Yeah, you should have him on your show, Pat.
I will. I'll check out his stuff.
Yeah, he's right up there. He loves the Warpath, so.
This monthly
He's into the Warpath.
This monthly commitment thing is a lot.
It's got to be weekly.
No, that's too much.
I was going to save this for later, but my edict now is that the podcast must be made a weekly podcast, right? So you need to start working on that, guys. I won't be on every week, but I expect more and more from you guys. So let's get on it.
We don't have enough stuff to talk about if it was weekly.
Oh, forget it.
Well, we used to have Community Pat, who would be our exclusive, and we'd have him on and give us stuff. But that apparently that's not the case anymore. So
He's got 2 of his own podcasts to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pat, talk to us about that. What is, because I
So-
downloaded Freebooter Nation and 74 podcasts downloaded.
Yeah, well, here's what it is with the Freebooters Network. So the guy who owns the Geek Nation Tour, Terrace Cassidy, bought 40K Radio. So it's going to go back to being a good podcast.
Wait, podcasts can be sold?
Yeah.
We're for sale.
And
I got
so
$20 Canadian for you.
Oh, Canadian?
Canadian.
U.S. maybe.
So with the buying of 40K Radio, he decided to bring back the Freebooters Network, which basically is a network of podcasts, all sharing the same audience. So if you're a fan of, say, Deadzone the podcast, if they were on the Freebooters Network, their listeners would have to go to the Freebooters Network to get their podcasts. Or if you're a fan of the Nerd Herders, you go there, and then so you bring your set of listeners to the network, as well as getting new listeners from everyone else's podcast. So what I've done is I've created now then Mantic Radio, which is a monthly hour-long podcast for the Freebooters Network exclusively. So me and JP will still do Mantic North America quarterly. But then with this different format of Mantic Radio, we focus more on what's happening in the community, talking to people in the community, like yourselves, get a little bit of history on you, talk strategy, talk how you build your armies, any things of wisdom you like to pass on to the listeners.
That's cool. Now, how'd you get involved in that? It was just one of those things, or?
Well, Terrace approached me to Adepticon and said, "Hey, this is what's happening. Do you want to be a part of it?" And I said, "Well, yeah, of course." I mean, because it's a win-win for us if we just put another podcast on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think initially he's going with this set of 25, I think, and then we see how it goes, and then he's going to open it up to a second wave of podcasters. So.
Mm-hmm.
So Jake and Ron could possibly join the Freebooters Network if they want.
If our asking price of $30 American isn't taken up, maybe we'll consider it. But right now, we're for sale.
So one of the things about the Freebooters Network is that he absorbs the cost. So there'll be no more hosting. All you do is record, send it to a Dropbox. So,
Yeah, that's always cool.
So it's a plug and play basically.
yeah, I mean, all they do is they add a bumper at the front, at the end, and depending on how long your podcast is, there's 2 Freebooter Network commercial breaks in it. So if it's an hour, it's 2. I think if it's 2 hours, it's 8.
Right. And that was Romeo's old thing, right?
That was. He has nothing to do with it anymore.
Okay. Yeah, because 40K Radio hasn't been on in like 2 years.
Yeah. I think they have maybe 2 or 3 more episodes left. And then it goes. Then Terrace takes over, and he'll have his own crew running that that podcast. So there's 75 podcasts now, or are we just exaggerating?
No, I mean like when I went to download it, there was a bunch.
Yeah, right now I think there's only 9.
Yeah, because Rob told me that you guys were interviewing and you're going to be on the new thing, and then when I went to look for it, that was the first thing when I was talking with Rob about it. I said, "Oh, isn't that the Romeo's thing? you know, because I remember it was 40K Radio. You know, he has his club was like the Free Buddhas,
Yeah.
but it wasn't. I don't think it was ER. It was like an orc thing, like Free Buddhas.
Oh, yeah, no, with a Z.
Yeah.
So it's more hardcore because it ends in Z.
Mm-hmm. But listening to 40K Radio, I mean, I listen to a lot of podcasts. They were just they changed their format, and then at the end, it was almost like it was, oh god, we got to do a podcast. Oh, it was like this.
Well, doing a podcast it's a lot of work if you're gonna do it good. Is that right? If you're gonna do it well.
We wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's.
If you're gonna do it more good,
more better.
More.
If we decide to start putting out some quality, then we'll find out. But right now, it's just a breeze.
It can't be as hard as doing audio plays, so I think everything's easy after that.
So, how are the books coming along now? I'm seeing that they're getting downloaded quite a bit. So,
the containment protocols.
Yeah.
Yep, three more left.
There's a general appreciation for it. So, again, thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem. No problem. It's fun to do them. We have the content, and I think it's exposing people who wouldn't have known about Deadzone that are on Vinland Old Time Radio. People who wouldn't know what Deadzone was, now they're hearing the stories about it, and hopefully it piques some interest.
Yeah.
It really is awesome.
And we have good voice talent. Not Coach, but his whole rest of his family is amazing.
That's how it's going to be now? All right.
That's... Oh, dearie dear.
Yeah,
Shots
your wife,
fired. All right. Okay.
your wife, your son, your daughter, they're all amazing.
They are. They are.
And you made a good orc captain.
I think, I guess I'm the weak link in the chain. I guess you're only as strong as your weakest link, I guess, so that's all right.
You're the money man, the guy behind the podcasts.
You're the bottom.
The only one anyone remembers.
I got to tell you, though, when we did it, you know, and, you know, my daughter was all for it. She's like, oh, yeah, you know, and, you know, I set her up. It's basically this setup. So I have the microphone here, and she's standing up. I said, you want to sit down? She goes, oh, no, I don't want to sit down. She moves the chair out of the way, and she's, you know, she's acting. You know, she's really like animated in it. And I was like, who the hell is this girl? But you know, my daughter's done dance and musical theater and everything. And then she was the plague victim in the one with the, I forgot the story, but the girl's riding on the jet bike, and then she stops and sees, and the way you guys changed her voice, you know, I knew it was her, but it was like she was like 30 years older, and I was like, wow, it was really cool. And she's like, that's me, and my wife was like, are you sure that's her? No, I remember her reading it because that was the first one we did.
Yeah,
and
that was her.
It's really. I mean, other than the content and everything is cool, but the fact that, you know, all my whole family's involved is, you know, and it was funny too. My wife was like, "No, you know, I don't really want to do it." And then she's like, "Well, what's my line? You got to feed me the line. Feed me the line.
What's my motivation?"
Yeah.
I told you no green M&Ms.
Right. You know, am I a surly type of character? Am I, you know? I was like, all right. Well, you're in charge of a starship. Well, what kind of starship? Oh, gee. You know, a freaking starship. All right.
That's like Jack's girlfriend before we first started recording. We were like, oh, I'll do one or two. She's like, I don't know. Now she has like more lines than the rest of us. We make her do everything. So gotta get them hooked.
It's once they're hooked, right?
Well, that was for containment protocols. Now, is there going to be a casting call for stories for infestation? Is there going to be another book like for each of the I don't know what the planets, and another like a compendium of stories?
I don't know if we're going to do another set. I know Ronnie is more focused on actually getting real books out. So
Kickstarter said there was supposed to be one.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Kickstarter, we were supposed to get another short story compilation.
Okay.
I'm sure it got forgotten amongst the way.
Well, no, I mean, sometimes I'm not told everything. So,
I think Coach mentioned to Ronnie, and he didn't
Oh,
remember
yeah, no.
it either. So.
Ronnie, when I was interviewing, Ronnie didn't get away with anything. I refuse to let you leave without a limp. But
I mean,
well, that's what he said. He's like, because I was saying when I first got into 40K, and it's like anything else. What was that? No, what I was saying is when I first got into 40K, you get into it, you want to be immersed in it, and then just reading the books was awesome because you can hobby, you can paint, and then you can read about the fluff. It really kind of concreted the liking of it and getting immersed into the universe. I think that's the next step for Mantic as far as their IP, because the IP, the fluff is very good. We just need to go on missions and we need to explore more.
oh yeah, and we've had this discussion several times. The problem is finding, I guess, a quality author.
Mm-hmm.
Because we just don't want to put a book out for a book's sake. It's got to be good.
Mm-hmm.
So we are. I know for sure that we are definitely in the search for an author. We've talked to several. I know Ronnie's talking to several people in England side. So hopefully soon. I mean, I think what we'll see is a Kings of War book before first, though.
What they should do is on that Warpath Universe website, just have a section for user-generated content, so people can put their stories up and let the people vote on what's good.
Sure. We'll pass that along. I mean, I don't know what the plan is for next for the website, so.
There's some stuff missing from that website. I mean, I'm just just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a growth in progress as we start to get bigger with Warpath. As we get closer to it to being finalized, we'll start adding more and more to the web page. So.
Yeah.
And fully flesh it out.
Okay. Tyler's stuff's up there. That's all that's important.
I know, right? I've been doing Deadzone videos for 3 years. You had the podcast for how long now? About 3 years?
Yeah.
It's been 3 years?
I like needling Coach. That's all that matters.
We're at 54 right now, and we do one every 2 weeks. Plus, there was a bunch of .5s, so you could probably do the math and figure out it's
or I can actually just look.
Have I been doing this for 3 years now? I think so.
Is it my fault that there were .5s because I talk too much? I think that's.
.5s have been just nonsense ones that we didn't want to bother people with, but we still had some content.
Our first episode was June 2013. Almost 3 years exactly.
Did you go back?
What's that?
Did you just go all the way back?
It's on the side. You can see what the archives.
Oh, mine only goes to November 15th, 2015.
Yeah.
In the iTunes feed.
Oh yeah, iTunes. Yeah, they don't keep all the feed in. Yeah, on the actual website, it's got an archive.
Nice.
I don't know what your first episode was though. I can't remember.
It was pretty close to the beginning. I think I got you. I contacted you guys out of the blue fairly early, didn't I?
I don't remember.
When you took the position, there was I remember it was probably around episode 14, 15, I think.
That's when he announced it?
I think so, because there was the North American, and then there was also like the English community manager. They all
Yeah, now it's all just Pat.
It's just on me now. That's all right. Last man standing.
The last one with the most toys wins.
See, now I just want to see when Pat's first episode was. Be hard to find, actually.
You think? Start at 14.
Actually, I have all of them on my iTunes, so I'll have to open up iTunes, so they'll probably kick me off here or something.
Don't do that, because then you're gonna. Jack is holding his breath the whole time, so he doesn't get kicked off again. Before the show, before we went live, Jack kept coming in. He was just like static.
Yeah, I can show you right now because it's still. Well, watch this. Yeah, I want to save these settings in Google. Yes, exactly. That's what I. Okay, thank you. Oh no! So now I have to open up settings again, and oh, okay. No, I'll just do this, and now there's a big. The whole time there's been this big white bar across this with the settings and everything. Can't save it.
Pat's first episode was episode 25.
Oh, I thought it was way earlier than that.
No, we did it way too much.
Yeah, we've been around a long time.
That was 2014. March 2014 is the first episode, Pat.
All right, that sounds about right.
So there you go.
For anyone who wonders, there you go.
Walk down memory lane.
Oh.
And since then, we've been through what, 4 community managers on the other side.
You just burn through them.
If you count James before me.
And we do.
But he's dead to us.
Yeah, Rob thinks he's dead to us. Rob thinks he's just dead, but.
And yeah, it's fun times. Jack actually listens to the old episodes. I haven't heard an old episode since I edited it, so.
I think we're funny. I enjoy them.
I think I'm on Rob's side. Once you have to sit there and edit them, you're just kind of done listening to them for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's partly Rob's fault for putting them on YouTube as well. Actually, anyone who sees this in the near future or the distant future, and you're watching this on YouTube, can you just go over to our channel? And it's the Deadzone podcast.
No, it's Deadzone the podcast.
Yeah, it's a clerical error. You typed the wrong thing in, and now we're stuck with it. But just subscribe to the channel because Rob puts in a lot of work, and I would just like to see that number keep creeping up. But anyways, long story short, you put all the old episodes on YouTube, and so now when I'm on YouTube, my old shows will pop up. I'm like, you know what? Do I just sit and listen to me be a jackass? Hey, yeah, I guess I am. So.
Narcissist.
Yeah. So not only should you just go and subscribe, but also maybe just listen and go, what? These guys are awesome.
And humble.
Humbly awesome.
And Coach, you're creeping up on your numbers there for your subscriptions too, right?
Yeah, it's been a slow rise, but little by little we're getting there. Since been going Deadzone heavy, it was I've been getting a lot of really good feedback. I mean, I'm enjoying the hell out of it because with the new version, the new models and everything, I think our enthusiasm actually is we're trying to portray the enthusiasm onto the videos, and it's a lot of people we're getting a lot of good comments about it. Like everything we're putting out. I'm just happy to do this, and by doing the channel, I got to meet all you guys, so it worked out good. And then I wasn't invited on the podcast. I kind of just when I bought the controlling shares of it, I imparted myself onto the podcast. But, It was like you said, all right, next week next podcast we're gonna talk about the changes to Deadzone. I said, oh, I gotta be on this.
That's right.
And like 5 hours later, we finished the episode.
You were, yeah.
I believe they call that a hostile takeover.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, not sorry.
You know what? You know what's the worst part too? We talked for about 3 hours, and then the show was only about 15 minutes, and then then Wintergreen comes on, and then you put the rest of the stuff on.
There's like 40 minutes after that, after the end of the podcast.
I like doing that because most people stop when they hear Wintergreen, and then I just find it hilarious that they're missing half the podcast.
Yeah, you're like the podcast is almost like a Marvel movie. If you don't stay for the credits, you're screwed.
Yeah, you gotta have the outtakes.
And it's funny too
Sam
because
Jackson's
I'm like,
in your podcast?
Yeah, that's right.
it's funny too because I'm like, we were talking about stuff. And we were just talking about this and that. I think it was when I was on with the betas, and I said, "Oh, this one has this," and then mother f this and that and this and that. It's beep boop boop beep boop. Boop. And I'm like that rat bastard. He left everything in. And I was like, "Are you taping now?" He goes, "No, I tape everything." So all right, I gotta watch what I say.
Jack's learned.
It's funny because the first time you were on and you were like, "Hey, with it, is this going to be on?" And Rob's like, "Oh yeah, for sure." And there was so much content that was on after.
Well, that's a .5 episode was after that too.
It might have been.
And then there's, of course, the Murder Bird Burster episode.
So that's once again, Jack didn't record that for the show. He was just singing the song, and I recorded it.
I don't know. Rob had to do something, and I'm just entertaining myself as I'm wont to do, and that just came out.
We'll put the music in.
Yeah, we had to add music to it. I think Jack wrote the music too.
That version made it out?
Yeah. Of course.
Just like it's a 2 minutes episode.
Yeah, that was the time it came up. I'm like, oh, they already put out an episode, and it was, I was like, boy, they put this. Maybe I said, oh, Rob screwed up. It's 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Burgers and bursters.
I was unaware of that. I did not know that had happened.
It's still in my iTunes feed. I'm gonna look at it now, and I'll tell you exactly what episode it is.
Should we pull it up?
Yeah. It's funny that you guys put all this stuff on. I've been on a few times, and we're going to be remembered for Murder Birds and Bursters.
You didn't put an episode number on it, so I'm going to give it a 51.5 because it comes between 51 and 52.
Yep. It's like the bonus. It's a bonus episode.
This is gold, Jerry. It's gold.
I think it's just nice that the coach thinks that you and I will be remembered at all, Rob.
Who? But yeah, that's like with Vineyard Old Time Radio. We have our filler, or not our outtake episodes. So it's always the best because it's just non sequiturs, and then we find them hilarious. So it's just when people just don't know they're being recorded. It's the funniest parts.
I tried to look for Vinland Old Time Radio, so I put it on. I saw the flag, and there was some guy with a heavy metal channel.
Yeah, did you spell it correctly?
No, I did not. I figured. I said, oh look, it's I guess there was Vineland. I spelled it incorrectly, but it was the same flag.
Yeah, it's because it's from what's it? Typo Negative, the band Typo Negative.
Yeah.
Was that the flag Type of Negative?
Yeah, and they had Vinland as one of their songs that's in there. That's where it originally came from.
Me and a buddy of mine made one of those heavy metal magazines that you used to go to record stores back in the 80s, and it was like 5 or 6 photocopied things. You put it out, you sell it for like $0.25. And me and a friend of mine were doing that. I actually interviewed Pete Steele. He was really a good guy, man.
Oh, that's cool.
He was from Brooklyn. We used to hang out with him in there was a club in Brooklyn called Lemore's Brooklyn. And it was like, Lemore's East where all the posers were, man. Like Warrant and Rat go there, but Slayer, Megadeth, Carnivore, that's where you go. So you don't have to send it to me, Rob. I'm already subscribed. I figured it out. But
You are
Pete
smart.
Pete Steele was cool, man. He was like 7 feet tall, man. He was huge.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, he was.
You know, I wasn't too crazy about Typo Negative. Carnivore, that's a band, man. There was some violent times in those back then when they used to play Race War and God Is Dead and all those songs. Oh my God, it was just insane.
Classic, old school.
Yeah.
Oh, the 80s.
The greatest time of music.
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
Not pop. I'm just saying like real, like,
Yeah, 70s, 80s.
Even pop better than anything out now.
Yeah, I think we cared more about music back then. At least
Yeah,
the
man,
record.
because-
Let me clarify that. I think the record companies cared about music back then. Now it's just about the dollar.
Yeah.
How fast they can turn something out, cash it out, and then get rid of it.
Right.
You got to get auto-tune.
And the
Without
funny thing is,
auto-tune.
we don't sound old at all. Like, this is not a conversation that just ancient people just sit and, shake their fists at the clouds and talk about either. This is like the urban youth of today really dig this kind of talk.
Well, they're called hipsters.
Because we were all about the music, man.
John Jack's here.
Oh. See, Rob, you see? My influence. I won't take credit. I think Pat brought him in.
I did.
What's up, Jack?
I'll be
Hey,
back.
nothing. I've been checking out your audio stuff. That stuff's great. The Deadzone stuff you guys been doing?
Now we have different compartments of Deadzone stuff here. You gotta specify which particular compartment.
The short story stuff, the audio.
Oh, the containment protocols. That's Rob and Jack's baby.
Oh, that shit's awesome.
Why, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
We've gotten a lot of feedback. I think of all the things that we've had people like go out of their way to say, hey, we've had a lot of people just really say they appreciate it. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're almost done.
We're gonna get Coach and Fabian to write some stories, and we'll do those ones too.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Jack actually gave me my. John actually gave me my. Me and my son the demo of Dreadball Extreme.
Oh. Yeah, you and Fabian and Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
That's when you had that eyepiece on.
And I learned just where to cut those pads so I didn't have bruises on my elbows for a week. Oh, man.
All right, John, did you get your Kickstarter?
No, not yet.
What the hell is going on here, man?
I don't know. I got my saga stuff, and since we know somebody, he said, "Oh no, this shit will be there Monday." So what? So I'm just waiting to get it. But I got the demo. I really liked it.
So what do you think about the new Deadzone?
Oh, I think it's great. I think it's nice and fast and clean, and God, those Forge Fathers models are just brilliant. They paint up quick. I'm just waiting on all my beer.
The Veermen are awesome. The only thing that's a pain in the butt is when you have the two guns with a backpack that connects to the gun. It's like you have to have 4 arms to do it. You got to be a Rin.
Oh man.
Yeah, but the stuff is great, man.
Yeah.
So John, now that you're here, we actually have some new material. What's going on? What's going on, brother?
Oh, I'm waiting to clock in here at work where I'm at a middle school and there's not a lot going on. I'm watching this weekend. I'm getting some commissions done. Great.
So you're playing hooky? All right, sounds good.
No, it's done in a
John's got a little job where he can paint at work.
What?
Very nice.
Solamente all the time.
Something to be said when you work by yourself, though, right?
Yeah, I think I work with this. Oh, great.
Man, I gotta teach classes in paint. That'd be great.
Oh man.
It was funny because one of the art teachers might be leaving. I could do it. What do you mean you could do it? No, I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. I could teach art.
Teach everybody to paint miniatures?
Absolutely. Dry brushing, washing.
You suddenly
make
have a
big
commission
diorama.
business.
Forget it.
It'll be like a sweatshop.
Yeah. Listen. You're gonna get these vermin done.
If you want an
You're
A,
not leaving this room. Now
You
get
want
it done.
you want to graduate, paint these figs.
But my fingers hurt. You're not listening. You're not listening.
Well, then you're not going to college, then, are you?
Yeah, it's. I told you to think that.
You're not gonna make it out of this room.
Hell, even the John at work, he'll be hobbying, and I'm still the only one not hobbying.
Should have brought a tray down with you.
Yeah.
I just dropped a frickin' rifle. I can't find it.
Oh man.
You have carpet down up there?
No, I got tile.
So walk barefoot. You'll step on it.
That's right.
No, but it had crazy glue on it. You know, the glue on it, so it's probably like sticking to, probably like a piece of my desk, like it bounced, and I'm gonna find it in a year.
So
But I'll
hopefully,
tell you though, that doesn't matter because with the new sprues, there's so many options. It doesn't matter.
Just get another one.
But I really wanted this one. She's looking this way. Everything, the other guns go the other way.
Leave him barehanded and just sling a rifle on his back.
You know what's cool too? The Pathfinders, like the one guy is actually got the hand has got the hell is it? The thing Recon has, the little
It looks like a beer stein to me.
In a few minutes it will be, but the what's that? The little thing that Recon had, the little droid.
a
Yeah,
probe.
little drone. Yeah, the probe.
Yeah, the probe thing. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. It's like he's actually holding it, and Recon, I love that model. Excuse me. He's got like one or two of them strapped to his belt, and that's really cool.
My one Veerman, I'm gonna make him like a suicide bomber. I just put packs and bombs all over him.
Yeah.
He's got 2 knives and he's covered in packs and bombs.
Right. That's the Jihad Veerman.
Yep.
Is that's supposed to be a little probe? Is that little circly thing? That little
I think it's a bomb, isn't it?
I
Is
don't
it?
know, but my
I don't
speed
know.
bike guy's holding it. I built a speeder bike guy.
Maybe it's a hand scanner.
Because he's opening a thermal detonator.
Oh, maybe it's a thermal mine.
Hold on
I
a second.
stuffed
on.
it in his hand.
Binoculars, maybe?
No, I'm right. It's the probe.
Maybe it's a pack of gum.
It does look like a beverage, though. It does look like a frosty beverage. He's just like,
Don't
You know
drink,
what?
don't
I
drink a
think
jet bike.
I can cut this off, and I can put one of the dwarf beer steins from my Kings of War. Yeah, it's. I think it's one of those. It is the probe.
I didn't put him on him, guys. I guess he's probably still in the sprue.
Yeah, I put him on the sergeant. The guy with the mohawk.
That's your sergeant.
Yeah. This guy.
Yeah.
So he's holding in his left hand. It's the the hell is it? Recon droid or something? Yeah. It's in one of the missions actually.
Oh yeah, so you have to have one.
Not really. You know, it's the mission where there's a thing in the middle and you got to try to go get it, retrieve it. Contained in the drone cloud. There you go. So it's the drone. But what was it? See now, Rob, you're driving me crazy.
Did anyone get any mono wheels?
I have my old mono wheel.
No, I don't have one.
I ripped my person off of it so I could put a peacekeeper on it for my last mission.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. I was looking at these things. I don't know what they are. Oh, they're cards.
Top trumps.
From what game? Deadzone? What?
What?
Deadzone had cards?
No.
Use them for a pound.
I'm gonna find out what the hell this thing is.
There we go.
Here's recon. Recon drone. Observe or spot a difficult target vulnerable. Electroshock. Range F. Knockback. Not that that means anything anymore, but that was the little pinhead thing that went on the flying base.
Yeah.
That little, it's the orb from things pop up.
Man, my forward absorber has no arms.
What?
It's
You know
because
what
you
you
got
should
two
do?
extra spheres.
Oh, hey, they are. I put them off to the left. My bad.
I was gonna say you should go on Facebook and bitch.
About cards first.
Yeah. I don't know what that guy's deal is, man. I just don't know.
Some people aren't happy unless they get their cards.
Hey, listen, I'll be honest with you. I was digging the cards when they were out, but now that we're playing without them, right, Fabe? I mean,
I'd rather not have them.
Yeah, we never really used them after we got that army builder. We never used the cards.
and you know what's cool too now? I mean, don't get me wrong. I really like the acrylic tokens, but the new tokens have where if you have a single wound and then you just turn it over, there's two blood splats on it. So now you have it kind of saves room on the field, you know.
And we used the victory point tokens as well. This was the first time they were very helpful. I hadn't expected they proved their worth almost right away.
What
You
is
can
that?
have them facing down, so your opponent can't see exactly how many you have, but they come in like different denominations. It was just a really nice addition.
That's to keep score, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what we do is we have a sheet and we write down what's going on so that if we tape a battle report, I like to put the in like round 2 and I do that intermission and I like to put up the score so it's like you don't have to give your opponent how much what it is. So if your secret mission is double victory points whatever, you don't have to tell them what the score is. And we just settle up at the end. I like that. I like doing that better. So it's like, haha, I got 20. Damn it. But we gotta. I guess Pat's got to do it. Figure out how to balance the missions for Adepticon next year.
Yeah, that's on the list.
Well, so I was saying like when Johnny P, I know that I think he's still pissed off at me, but that's tough. He when we were at Adepticon, he ended up winning. I think he won most kills, but Eric got it because he had the most core missions done. But when you drew the cards, right? You drew the cards. The red mission is a
Core.
was a core mission, right?
Yeah.
The plague on their cards, as you drew them, had more red missions than any other faction. So when he was playing and he drew a card, if he completed 3 of those missions, he was getting a lot more points. And when I drew my card, I only had the ability to complete 1 red mission. So it was a little off there, like that was thing. So he was bragging about it. I'm like, no, because my card only had 1 red mission, yours had 3. And I think because he had that infiltrate mission, which I hate, but he had the opportunity to do it. So I think there's got to be a balance where both sides, no matter what faction you play, has got to be able to have access to the same amount of points.
Yeah, that's why it might be all kind of whatever. What's that first mission called?
Oh, patrol?
Yeah, it might all base around patrol.
Yeah. If you do patrol with some objectives and victory points and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that might be the easiest. That's at least where I'm leaning towards right now in the hour or two I devote to it for right now, because Gen Con right now is up front.
Right. That's around the corner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you doing tournaments there for anything, or just
Dreadball and Kings of War? Because again, Deadzone was only going to be out just a couple months, and I didn't want to take that on and everything else that need to go with it, because we have to worry about Dungeon Saga. And we decided I'm going to focus more at Gen Con on the board game aspects, because that's kind of more the crowd that goes to Gen Con.
Yeah.
Whereas Adepticon is more miniature based, so I can focus more on the Kings of War or Deadzone or Warpath.
Isn't it more like also like Gen Con's very RPG?
Oh, it's very huge. It's very board game, very RPG. So we're looking to focus more on Dungeon Saga and The Walking Dead at Gen Con.
That would be the place to do it.
So rather than trying, because now that we have so many titles, rather than try to hit all 6 systems, it's just it's just not going to work, because some of those things aren't interesting to 90% of the crowd that goes to Gen Con. So.
Need to get the RPG going.
Well, I think at some point Ryan and I and Joe had talked about it a little bit.
Well, he said that he wanted to do it, but he wants to get somebody who is an RPG specialist to kind of do it.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
That was our talk. We were looking at other maybe work in conjunction with other, kind of like what Fantasy Flight does for 40K.
Right.
Somebody, remember a last live show, Coach? Somebody was in the chat saying that they write things for Savage Worlds. Remember?
Right. Yeah.
Whoever that was, if they're listening, they should contact Pat.
Well, there's something going on with Savage Worlds right now. I think they switched. I forgot who I was having this conversation with. Oh, maybe it was on the Nerd Herders podcast that they were talking about. I think Savage Worlds has put a new Kickstarter out because someone else took it over.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they use.
John, you're coming in like a Necron. It's hard to hear. You're like, if a voice was pixelated, that's what it would sound like.
I thought we were getting a message from the moon landing bouncing back to Earth.
On my
Yeah.
I'm still astounded that I got to get the job where I can hang out and paint models, man. I got to.
The most I can do is build at mine.
I see. I can't do that. I'm like, all right, we're gonna learn softball. You guys bat, and I'm gonna put together some Pathfinders.
Well, just as long as you stay in the dugout, right?
Yeah, right.
You gotta find a Mr. Miyagi technique.
Yeah. To be a better hitter, you have to be able to put these little miniatures together.
We're gonna work on your hand-eye coordination. We're all at least together in 2 minutes.
Is this fidelity a little better? I can't tell from the side. Is this working?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's much better.
That's better.
Okay. I feel bad. All you guys are doing magic stuff. My commission for Guild Ball.
I heard Guild Ball was a big hit at Adepticon.
Yeah, that and that Arena Rex or whatever.
Oh, I saw that board. It was neat. It was like a Coliseum. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, guess that was an old play school Coliseum.
Oh yeah, that's so cool.
One moment, wife's calling.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Play School had a gladiator arena?
Yeah, it was like an ancient kind of thingy.
Really?
Yeah, now
Yeah,
you can't get 3 Cs on eBay.
Yeah, I was wasting my time with Legos.
In England, there's another company that makes those kind of same as Play School, and there's this castle that's super cool, and they were selling them cheap on Amazon, but they got sold out so quick because all these wargamers found out about it and just bought them all up.
Yeah.
Now you can't get them under like $200. They're like $20.
Well, that's like Bill from Terrainaholic. And I speak to him every now and then, and it's like he'll go to Dollar Tree for like $20 and come back and build like an elven stronghold. Like he had one video that was really it was I got to tell you, it was awesome, and it's the most inspiring thing. He went to the Dollar Tree and bought a bunch of salad bowls, and they were kind of like, they were crystal salad bowls, Dollar Tree salad bowls, and they had designs on them. He turned them upside down and spray painted them, and then made stuff going to them, and he made like a what the hell was it? Some kind of futuristic city that with like tunnels to it and stuff, and so he took a bowl and turned it over and did that, and I was like, oh my god, there's a Dollar Tree salad bowls. It looks like a spaceport, from on another planet. And it was great. He finds Dollar Tree stuff and turns it into into like the most awesome terrain.
It wasn't Play School. It was Playmobil. But basically, it was one of those old $30 Playmobil arena things they had, and that's all they did was put it on a base and add sand. I mean, it looked cool. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
yeah.
If you could have got that thing for $30 and make that really cool table, more power to you.
Hell yeah.
Especially for that game, it seems like you almost need that.
Oh, I agree. I mean, if you really want that whole gladiator feel, you got to have that arena.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cool setup, though. They had pits with spikes, and then they had lions on chains. They were missing were the Christians.
That was there 2 years ago when we were there. When we went to Adepticon, it was there. I remember seeing it, but it wasn't as
I think it was still like in the beginnings.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
think
like
they
they
even
were
had figures.
Kickstarter.
Hmm.
But when you go to Adepticon, it's so overwhelming. There's just so much there, and you don't know what's good and what's not good. Sometimes it's hard to kind of budget your time where you're going to go. You know.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of vendors and everything going on in there. New miniature games coming out. It's you can get crazy.
Yeah. You could also go poor too.
Oh yeah. Just on paint.
Yeah.
Well, I do think we're gonna have to get some more foam boxes or something for the. There's so many miniatures we got now, just from infestation that I don't know where we're gonna store them all. I got a whole just piles of them just standing around. I haven't even put together. I don't know where I'm gonna put them.
Put them on a shelf.
Yeah, he's got to build shelves just to put my miniatures.
You go to IKEA. Get a cheap set of shelves and just throw them in the corner.
Something with some umlauts on it.
It's a hex key.
We'll just have to retire some of the older miniatures, put them somewhere, and put the new ones in the cases.
So I'll put them with the cards and the old tokens. So the trash, is that what you're saying?
In a time capsule.
Oh.
It's going to be worth money in the future.
I have first printing Deadzone cards.
Yeah.
Could say my cards were handed to me by Ronnie Renton.
Hand signed. Every single card.
Gotta do that next year.
Did everyone kickstart the first Deadzone?
No.
You came
I
in
did.
afterwards?
Yeah.
I had started to, and then we had some backlog miniatures, and I had to bail out. And I think that's when James Hughes was still there because he emailed me. He said, "Oh, what was the deal with my job?" He said, "Oh, we had these expenditures and stuff like that." He said, "Well, I'll tell you what." He said, "If you still want to, and after the pledge manager comes, we'll let you get back in again." Holy crap! And that's what really sold me on Magic in general. Like, who else? What other company's going to do that? They're checking up on you. You see, no, that's fine. But I'll tell you what, it's good customer service.
Everybody's so quiet.
Yeah, I'm just watching everyone build and paint because I got nothing going on in my head over here.
I had to hold my breath like a sniper and painting lines and these things.
So what the hell is Guild Ball? I mean,
It's more of a squash game with a ball attached to it.
Yeah,
It's a huge table game. It's not board.
That's what it's free movement, so it's not squares or hexes. It's just measured wherever you go. I think it's built as a sports game, a medieval sports game, but everyone that I know that plays it and likes the game, they say that it's really just a skirmish game where you're just trying to kill the other player and then score with the ball.
Yeah.
so it's a sports game with no sport.
It's a sport.
I mean, that being said, everyone still says it's a pretty tight game, but it really isn't. It really isn't a sports game at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a lot of the mechanics behind it kind of take from War Machine. You've got certain characters will generate influence, and then influences the means through which you create to do action.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting mechanic for different people to do different things. You can this one can take, it can generates 2, you can do 5, and some are batteries, some are users of this, and some are big beat sticks, some can kick really well, and I'm just in the hobby. You can just shoot throwbacks up the field.
Well, I'm going to have all my forces built and based, ready for painting or priming by the time we're done, and that's pretty nice.
So now, do you guys build your stuff, put it on the base, or do you paint and then add it to the base later on? What does everybody do? What's the consensus?
I build, put it on the base, and then prime. The only thing I don't put on the base is any static grass or long kind of weed type grass.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's the dirt or the sand, that goes on and gets primed.
I do my bases separate. I paint my whole model, then put it on the base.
You too.
I
Yeah, that's-
mold all my own bases with acrylic. Pre-base, so I got little bits of crap on them, some gears and some other nonsense. And I just glue them on like that. So there's that.
What the hell was that?
I'm playing around with this Google thing.
I thought Jack brought his own crowd.
I gotta tell you, you know what I used for my Veerman? I don't know if you guys can see it. The base. Let me try to get the light here.
What is that, wood putty?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I use wood putty for my Flames of War. Because I would just putty the whole base and then put the 15 mils right in, so I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Because I hate pinning models.
Mm.
Just lots of glue. But you know what I did was, I did that and I used, what's it called? Where is it? What the hell's the name? I can't remember the name. Oh, Reichland Flesh Shade, GW's, and I washed it on the wood putty, and it came out very, very Mars-like. And it worked out good. I like the way the wood putty's great, man. You let it sit overnight. You come back the next day, and it makes its own creases and crevices and stuff, and it's.
Yeah, I use a tongue depressor to slather it on to make it all wavy and stuff.
Yeah, and then what you can do too is if you want, you just wet your finger and you go like this and make it smooth, and it makes it a different kind of like a sandy textured, but not as rocky, and it's great. That this thing here is like $4. It gotta have 100 bases in there, at least 6 fluid ounces. It's gotta have at least 100 bases in there. God forbid I fix anything in the house, but you know. Do you have any wood filler for your miniatures? Do you have my wife, do you have any wood filler? No, but the Veerman base are looking really good. So, you know. I'll be here all week.
Hey-o.
Is that you, Rob?
That's on me.
That's me. Oh, that's what I was looking for.
Every time Coach says something, end it with that.
Now, I thought you let it all out on the Angry Podcast.
Hey,
That was an angry podcast. I remember at the time thinking it was all justified, and I will go to my grave thinking it still is, but we probably could have been more professional and just went, you know what, let's dial it back a little bit. Let's dial it back a bit. We can let some things slide. Apparently we can't.
well, there's the one podcast I did by myself a long time ago. It was just a rant for a good 15 minutes. It can't be any more angry than that.
Was
That's
it
the one where you coined
podcast?
the phrase "angry bitches" from all four corners. Talked to all the Facebook people who were talking about Mantic this and Mantic that.
That's when I
and we're
used
just
to
like,
care.
Why? Why do you have to be like that?
See? That's right. See, Coach, I used to be like that. Now I just don't care.
Yeah, that was. I feel it was directed at me, and I had no say in the matter.
No, it was not. No, it was directed at us for being small, impotent children, lashing out, shaking our fists at the heavens and gnashing our teeth and rendering our clothes for not being noticed. You know, the reasonable response.
Marsha.
It's true. That's appropriate. Yep.
I'm curious what all these other ones do.
Coaches are Marsha.
You can tell by my long flowing hair.
Can I be Cindy? I can do a list pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Oh, I forgot she had that episode where she had the look, and then miraculously it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Which one got hit in the face with a football?
Marsha.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
my
does
nose! Oh, my nose! Oh, my nose!
Always said, don't play ball in the house.
It was in the backyard. She came out to the sliding glass door. It's her own fault, man.
Time
think-
for dinner.
People, we're missing an obvious podcast right here. We're just going to watch every single episode of...
The Brady Bunch?
Yep, Brady Bunch, and we're just going to go through every one, and we'll discuss.
The best Brady Bunch ones are the ones where they have the band.
With their... Yeah.
Oh, the Brady Six?
Yeah.
Playing the tambourines.
And then Peter with his voice cracking.
When it's time to change.
And you've got to rearrange.
How do you remember this stuff?
Because back in the
I
day,
have a
there was
memory
two channels.
All that
Yeah.
stuff?
Back
That too.
back when you were a kid, you literally had maybe 4 to 6 channels,
Channel
depending on where you
2,
were at.
4, 5, 7, and 9. Something like that.
And no, don't forget, 41.
Telemundo.
I used to watch all my wrestling. And it would always be a guy like, Roddy Piper, Hulk Hogan. They didn't even have hot weather girls back then.
They're popping out of their tops.
Tops.
Not a bad. That's not a bad thing.
What? Oh boy.
I think we're just going to have to hand the rest of the containment protocol stories off to Pat. He seems to have the sound effects down pat.
Yeah, that was in the angry episode, remember? Rob goes, if you don't like the containment protocols, just go kill yourself.
And Jack's like, why, have you heard anything? I'm like, nope.
Have you heard anything?
It was a preemptive strike.
I don't want to hear it. Just go kill yourself. That's it.
Again, a very reasoned response. So certainly that's exactly what you should say is invite people to go kill themselves.
Yeah, but you know,
wrote.
I just can't see people not liking it, man. If you don't like it, you should go kill yourself.
Yeah, nobody's complained. That's all.
I haven't seen anything negative about it. Anytime anyone does an audio version of something, it's usually well liked, unless it's horribly produced.
I'm gonna put a review on iTunes that just says there's no cards here either.
Thumb down all the videos. No cards.
Is there a no card emoji?
There should be.
No, but there is a poop one.
And he smiles.
Oh. I was putting that on everybody's things. I love this as much as I love soft serve cheese and ice cream. I'm done.
We gotta, John. We gotta get you a new stereo or something, man. What's you?
Hey, there's a question on your Hangout group here.
Oh yeah, I know. Just curious why everything but Khalishi? Because we like all the models but the Khalishi.
I like the Khalishi.
No, but you didn't get your models yet, right?
And he's paid to say that.
I like them all.
He's got the what's it called? The house arrest thing on his leg. And Ronnie just pushes a button and he'll blow his leg off or something.
10,000 volts through my leg.
Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll work on the Khalishi.
You know, I'm at a middle school. I bet I can find some variations on them.
I really like these Pathfinder models. But the double gun thing, it's so hard to line up.
Green stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that.
It's my answer to everything.
I got a leaky faucet. Green stuff.
Green stuff.
Actually, that's what green stuff was made for.
Yeah.
For plumbing.
I remember I said to Rob, I said, my left arm's tingling and I'm a little short of breath. Green stuff.
Green stuff.
Just
You're
mold
alive,
it to
aren't
it.
you?
Swallow it. It'd be like a pill.
You'll be all right. Roll them around. Roll them around.
Put some dirt on it.
That's what I tell my kids. Rub some dirt on it and take a lap. You'll be fine. My mom would say, I'd wake up in the morning, Mom, I don't
When
feel
you're
so
done,
good.
paint some models.
My mom would tell me, go take a shower, you'll feel better. Mom, my eyes are bleeding. Yeah, take a shower, you'll be fine.
Yeah, just get it out. You get the blood out of your eyes, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Now we've got to go to work today, and you got to go to school.
Problem with the Khalishi is I can't tell what's flash and what's supposed to be there. There's a lot of spiky bits on them.
I can't get any of these other effects to work.
Oh, you've done enough with your effects.
Yeah.
Do we need more sound effects? That's my new job. Sound effects at the Hangout.
So it is written.
But it's better than nothing.
I will say this metal is stronger than most. It's not snapping.
Huh.
See? It's not everything but the Khalishi. I'm actually doing the Khalishi.
What?
Jack's just shaking his head in disgust.
Contrarian. He had to make it. He has to name it Deadzone the podcast. It's a Deadzone podcast. Obviously, the better choice, but no, it's Deadzone the podcast, and he has to make sure that there's Khalishi and everything with Khalishi.
Yeah, why Deadzone the podcast?
It's obvious, isn't it?
I think so.
See?
What?
I don't know why. I don't know where it came from.
I don't know, Jack. You deserve a Purple Heart working with this guy now.
Deadzone the series.
Yeah, maybe like Blade the series. You're right. I might be where it's from.
I can't believe you just said Blade the series.
That was a great show.
Yeah, with the rap from Onyx as Blade.
Yeah. He's
They
no
did have that
Wesley
one-
Snipes. But
They did have that one hot chick in it.
yeah.
I'm gonna go do I'll come back.
Alrighty, John.
See it.
I think John had to go to work.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
Poor him. He only got to do most of his work at work.
Okay.
What about the Deadzone Diaries?
It's very emo.
We were going to call it Twilight, if I'm mistaken.
I think Rob would have to dye his hair black.
Been
Again.
there. Yeah. Did I mention how much I hate metal miniatures?
How's the cleaning going?
Nothing snapped yet. Wow, this one guy's bow is like so thin, but at least it's bendy.
You know, the bows weren't the problem. I just the one guy had the staff on his back was really bad.
I don't know if I've gotten to him yet.
Are the Khalishi metal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when we did the unboxing, we noticed there was some wonky. I think it was bows or staffs or something. There was some of them that were doing a little bit of. And I was hoping we didn't get too involved in that. I was hoping that they'd be easy to just kind of pry them back, and it wasn't like a irreparable thing.
There's some vents in this one. It's like a chunk of metal. See this vent right there? It's like hard to get out.
Yeah, I got these here. You know what I think it is? You clean it off, then you prime it, just a real light coat of prime, and then you go back in and see what needs to be fixed.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
As soon as you start dry brushing, you'll see every little line.
This piece of metal, I swear it's supposed to be there because it's so thick, but it doesn't make sense.
Is that this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having a hell of a time chopping it off.
That's what these are for.
Oh, I tried that. I couldn't get it in there. There.
That's what she said.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Where's the sound effects now?
Yeah, Pat.
I turn him. Oh, wrong one.
Wrong one.
Yeah, this is the guy. The one, I think it's the female. She's holding the staff off to the side, and the back, it's like...
There's
it's like-
mine. Mine looks good, actually. Check mine out. See if that's...
Too close. Bring it back.
I can't tell. Let me...
It's focusing on your fingers.
Mm-hmm. Focus, damn you. Sort of. It's actually formed. It looks good on mine. Yours must be a miscast.
Yeah, see, it's like right around the head.
Yeah, it looks like you got a miscast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine
that
does
one,
too.
I'm missing her arm on that one.
I haven't even seen if I have all the pieces yet.
Her arm, I think her arm is the bow. Now, how come these were in metal as opposed to the plastic?
So not making many of them?
Yeah, it's probably a limited edition run.
Right.
Ooh, they'll be worth money too. Put them with your cards, guys. Put them with your cards.
Woohoo!
They're made out of fine cast metal.
Where's all the bubbles?
Actually, there's not many mold lines. I'll give it that much.
Yeah. A lot of flash, though.
A lot of flash, not much mold lines. Huh?
I'm okay with flash.
Yeah, it's better than mold lines.
That's easy to fix.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure, because I'm clipping stuff off, but I want to make sure I'm clipping off the right stuff.
Yeah, me too. It's an issue.
Well, again, go back to green stuff.
Let's put it back on.
Or remold it.
Hey, Rob, it burns when I pee. Green stuff.
Make like a pumice.
I have a
pumice.
I have a femur bone sticking out. Green stuff.
Well, that probably work.
I think that's obvious, fairly obvious. You just put it back in place and then green stuff around it.
Right.
Yeah, some of this stuff's gonna snap any second now.
I'm waiting
What
for
is
Rob
this?
to start Christmas.
Is that just a piece of sprue? What is it? Do you have one of those?
Yes.
What is it?
I don't know.
Looks like little mini accessories on the tabs.
Yeah, I don't see what it is.
Maybe it's a button. Have a nice day. Maybe it says Deadzone the podcast on it.
See? They do love us.
Some swag. Oh, easy there, easy.
It looks like it's something, but I can't tell what it is.
I'm glad it's not just me.
My hard and fast rule is if I don't know what it is, it doesn't get put on the model.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
There was a few of those things on the Veerman, on the sprues, and I couldn't tell what the hell it was. And then, as I'm looking at it, it's the wrenches and stuff for the I guess the Maligni.
Oh, yeah.
There's something that was, I think it was on the Peacekeepers, but it's also on this Enforcer sprue. It looks like a little bird's head. It's tiny, so I couldn't even show it to the camera, but it is. It looks like a little bird's head.
Maybe it's the hood ornament for the jet
Forces
bike.
or Pathfinders?
That's the one with the accessories? It's right up between the recon drone and the backpack like thing. Is that it?
I stripped a whole bunch of stuff out of it. I don't know. It looks like the head of a rock climbing pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of them on this one too. I don't know what it was for.
Maybe it is the head of a rock climbing pick.
It looks like a holster for something. Maybe it's a knife holster.
Could be.
Now, what are these things?
I got a big white screen in the middle of mine. I can't.
Let me look at mine.
Bring it up again, Coach.
It's right here.
Is it a gun handle?
Where my finger is. I don't know what they are. They're kind of like.
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
It looks kind of like the neck pillow that you put on when you go to sleep on a plane.
Which sprue is it for Pathfinders?
Yes.
Yeah, the Pathfinder. It's next to the pointing finger.
Whatever it is, I must have used it, because my sprue does not have that on it anymore.
Is that something for the dog?
Yes, it's the feet for the dog. That's what it is. It's the toes for the dog.
Yeah, because the toes on the dog. Oh, I had a nightmare.
They're three-toed dogs. What I did is I didn't take it off the sprue. I glued it while it was still stuck on the sprue bit.
What? Wait a minute.
The dogs have three toes.
Because on the leg there's a hole and a line where it goes down, and you have to stick that little tiny. Oh, my big sausage fingers.
I kept it on the sprue and just glued it, and then held the sprue. And it worked.
Little pieces off? My dog's got 2 toes.
Or that, too. That's probably the easiest thing.
No, because the dog's, look, he stands up. He's good.
He's got 3 toes.
Look, no, he's got 2 toes.
He's supposed to have 3. There's supposed to be 1 in the back, too.
No, no.
No.
Not,
Yours are the special ones. 2 toes. 2 toes.
yeah, not in the New York model.
Yeah, look,
Mine-
look.
Mine were surgically removed.
Yours got blown off in a mine accident.
Green
Makes him
stuff.
faster.
Green stuff.
What is it? Polydactyl toe?
How the frick do you put this on? It's for the back or the front?
The front, and they go on the inside. You'll see a little pinhole.
Right.
They're for the back, though, aren't they? Oh,
For
no, for the
both.
front. It's because
wait
it's,
a
yeah.
minute. I'm trying to look. All right, so you gotta
You see
cut
that?
that. You gotta cut that middle piece off.
Can you... Oh, too close again.
Yeah.
Yeah, the middle piece is just a flash that holds it onto
Yeah.
the sprue.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Look, watch this. Watch. This is that's it. Right, Fabian. 2 dogs. Two-toed dogs.
Yep.
But that's integral. That's integral to the piece.
Yeah.
It makes them more
You wouldn't have
aerodynamic.
that problem with the
Now your dogs won't be able to climb.
Next year I'm gonna be at Adepticon. Pat's gonna disqualify me. No. They only got 2 toes. Sorry.
And
It's not a
then
complete-
it's discrimination then.
It's not a complete mantic model.
You wouldn't have that problem with the first generation dogs.
It's not a WYSIWYG dog, so
Yeah, the first ones look like canine, and they didn't have toes.
Well, the actually in the book, in the rule book, you got the one with the radar dish head.
Oh, like the old school?
Yeah, hold on. It's in here. See?
oh yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's got the radar dish head.
No miniature toes to stick on him.
Nope.
No, he's good to go.
It kind of looks like a one of those bomb droids, you know, to
Yeah, just
defuse the bombs.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it. And are you guys putting the dogs on bases or not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will for sure.
The small, the 25, right?
Whatever they fit on.
Well, the Peacekeepers fit on the small bases, and
Yep. So they'll go in small bases.
yeah.
Their size is in their stat line. It doesn't matter how big the base is anymore.
But
That'll be in the FAQ.
It better not be, because I'm not ripping my bases off.
I don't care.
I gotta get a. I never got a Bjorn Stornfeld. I gotta get one of those.
Yeah, there's quite a few models you don't have.
The that Fist of the Angry God is just, oh my goodness. That's one of the best special rules out there. Right, Fabian?
yeah, for a Forge Father.
Did you beat him with it?
Well, I'm editing it now, but yeah.
You ruined it.
It's you know,
It hurts so bad.
it's too soon. Now, if we can only figure out how to use the Asterian smoke grenades in the right way.
Yeah, we were using them.
Yeah, the toxic smoke screen. Yeah.
You got to use it at the beginning of their activation,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Yeah, but it's not very effective.
well. What Jack did is he jumped on a objective and then did the smoke screen. So if I went onto the objective, I'd get poisoned.
Yeah, but you have to do it the next turn then.
What's that?
You
Yeah, he
have to
moved
do
on
the
to it,
smoke
and
screen
then-
at the beginning of your turn.
Yeah, he moved on
Right.
to it. But I wonder if we can do a move activation with a die and then do it.
That's how we played it.
I would think so.
Because I did that.
Because it's his activation, so he hasn't activated yet.
Right.
That makes sense. Those plasma vortex kicked my ass. Have you used those?
Yes. I loved it.
Oh my god, they destroyed me.
Yeah, you grouped up. You're used to my playing the Plague, and you grouped up. You were all like, "Hey, everybody, let's all hold hands." It was like a kindergarten class going on a field trip. They were all just grouped up, all tied together, and then I unleashed the beast.
Coach, here you go. Here's my first Khalishi put together.
Nice.
He's actually pretty dynamic. He looks cool. Not very, she'd be very cool for Kings of War. If you have a little squad of elves, these guys would kick ass.
Is that the one with the 2 blades?
What's that? No,
Is
she's
that the
got
one
a.
with the 2 blades?
No, it's the one Coach was complaining about the backpack, and I just gave her like a hand, her arm.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm missing an arm there for that one.
I heard
well.
you're supposed, if you want, I can give you Pat's phone number. You can call him and complain about that. You
And I will direct you to the right email.
know.
Wait, email's got phone numbers?
Yep.
I like I promised myself I wouldn't do it, but I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. I went on the after a while I stopped, but I went on the comments on the Kickstarter, and people were asking for refunds when you guys were changing the from metal to plastic, and you said we were getting metal models, and where the hell, that's it. Where can I get a refund? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I don't read the Kickstarter comments very often.
You're
So
smart.
people were actually angry about
Yeah.
going from metal to plastic.
Don't.
And you were getting extra miniatures. They were complaining.
It's Pat. It's starting to be like the 40K guys.
I mean, I don't mind metal. I would rather have metal than rustic, that's for sure. But
Yeah. The rest.
Either way, I'm
some of the
satisfied
rustic was
with
good.
everything I've put together so far. I'm not missing any pieces. I'm not seeing any horrific disfiguring mold problems. Everything's decent. I won't have to go onto any forums and bleat like a sheep. I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, all the models are good, man. These Pathfinders are sweet.
I'm actually not hating the Khalishi after putting them together.
What?
The ones that you actually assemble look really dynamic.
Yeah.
The other ones are pretty flat. That's what I didn't like. But these ones are cool.
Okay.
You know what's cool too is the Veerman, the rat, the the hell is it? The creepers and stalkers. You can build them in a way that everyone is different.
Yeah.
You know, like I got one with 2 knives this way, 2 pistols, pistol, knife. I made a bunch of the guys because I want to when we're playing differentiate the creeper and then the stalkers. You know.
How are you going to differentiate them?
Well, the crawlers will have the ray gun, 2-handed, and then the stalker will have like the gun and the knife, or the pistol and the knife, just to make who's who. But man, the stalker with a 7 shoot, like that's a thing.
Yeah, 7 shoots pretty bad.
Woo! That makes you crave some plague.
I know.
Some plague shooting.
Yeah, I think most of them have that way to fire, though. I think that you'll be doing mostly is just pinning people, don't they?
Well, that's the crawler has a 6+ shoot.
Mm.
But the other guy is just he's got a 4-up fight, so
That's not bad.
yeah, that's good.
I think it's better than a enforcer assault, isn't he?
Assault enforcer, yeah. I still don't get that. I still don't get why an assault enforcer has a 5-up fight.
Makes no sense.
But what does the zombie have? What's their fight?
5.
5, right? That's
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, they should have been opposite. The assault should have been opposite to the other one. They're only 1 point or 2 points cheaper. It's not like they're super cheap.
Yeah, they're 2 points cheaper.
2 points is worth 1 die? I don't think so. Or 1. Yeah. Oh well.
I guess I'll just make regular enforcers.
Well, now the assault enforcers are just there to carry shields.
Yeah, that's true. Those defender shields are really wicked, man. Those are really, just really, really. I mean, I love those shields.
I put one on one of mine. I've got the one sprue here, or the one set that got the 5 enforcers. I put a shield on one of them just for the hell of it.
The peacekeepers, yeah.
Yeah, whatever they are.
The big guys.
Those are peacekeepers.
Dirty peacekeepers.
Right. And also, it's a different size because the enforcer shield is actually smaller.
Do they have enforcer shields?
Yeah, I got one right here.
What's that from?
From Mantic.
Wasn't it the booster?
I don't know. You know what it was?
The new one they did?
Me and Eric got something from a Pathfinder in England. He was getting rid of stuff, so I bought a bunch of orc stuff, and then we split. We split that stuff. I have this guy. I don't think anyone has this one. That, my friends, is a thermal rifle.
Yeah, I got one of those. I bought it off the first Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's metal.
Yep.
And
It's
I also
cool.
have the fusion. The fusion
Yeah, the
guns.
2 guns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's just like the Ogre Terminator, where you had to order him after the Kickstarter was over.
Yeah, this guy's really cool because he's got the gun, and then on his chest, he's got some grenades.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're cool.
Yeah, that's like my. I take him even as just a regular enforcer, just for the hell of it. Just so I can, I could field them because I really like that one. My eyes are starting to go. So, Pat, any secrets you can give us or inside information?
What kind of secrets are you looking for? I don't think there's any secrets after Ronnie had opened it today.
Yeah, Project Pandora coming back is kind of cool.
So what happened on open day? I really didn't.
Honestly, I don't know. You know as much as I do as far as opening is concerned.
Fisty Glue Man on Twitter had a great report. All the stuff that happened.
All right, so Rob, let me hit it because I was.
Yeah.
I took my wife and daughter shopping this week, so.
I was sleeping.
You people.
That's our whole show is the news. So like that's your job.
He's
Rob.
taking one more thing away from me.
Oh,
I have the stuff for Deadzone written down, but I'd have to actually look up Fisty's thing here. 1 second.
and again, Rob,
Did Blaine have anything to say about it, or?
What's that?
I wonder if Blaine had anything to say about it.
No, he's been quiet lately.
He's been quiet, right?
Okay, we'll go through everything here. He showed off a lot of great pictures, obviously. The hard plastic sprues for the Asterians and Stage 3s. There's a painted picture of some bursters, which is cool. There's a render of a Forge Father tank, but it's also got a little trailer, which
Yeah, it's
we're
like a little-
making fun of.
Yeah, that little outhouse.
Yeah. Great picture of the Plague Mule. That thing looks awesome. For Kings of War, they showed off the Empire of Dust, the additions for them.
That looks pretty spectacular.
Yeah. He had close-ups of all of them. He complained that his Fisty Glue Man statue is no longer outside of Mantic headquarters.
Gotta take it down. Due to complaints.
The next Kickstarter is Dreadball 2. And then Kickstarter after that is a reboot of Project Pandora. So it's going to be like Dungeon Saga for sci-fi, which is cool. And 2017, a fantasy-themed skirmish game is planned. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's a big request.
Yeah, that's cool. And he also talked about using Warpath rules with smaller miniatures, like 10mm or 6mm, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And fantasy too.
Open night.
More concepts for Empire of Dust. Showed off a lot of the Walking Dead minis.
Historical book should be out soon.
Yep, that's September, I think they said. Yep, September historical armies. But he said it's not going to be historically accurate. Which, you know.
Now, is that the guy writing it, Pat, that you just interviewed on your podcast?
Matt, yeah. He's the new COO of Mantic. The new coup.
Now,
Yeah.
Why is there such a big to play in like say 10mm or 5mm, whatever, smaller game? Is that for Warpath or Kings of War, or how?
Yeah, I think both those.
For both. I mean, there's always been a nice community for 15mm, 10mm games.
Mm.
You get so many more figures on the board, right?
Yeah, especially with Kings of War. There are a lot of guys out there that like the
Battle of Mordor.
yeah, or the 10,000 point necessarily armies
Yeah.
that fit on a 6x4 board.
It's the whole thing of having to buy all new miniatures and finding people that play that size. That'd be the only problem with that, I would think.
Plus, painting them up is real nice and easy. Just 3 colors, a couple of dry brush, a little bit of ink, and then you're done.
Dip them, yeah.
Really? That it's like easier to paint that? I thought it would be like harder to paint that.
You
There's
would
no
think.
details.
Yeah, because the details aren't super there. I mean, so.
Yeah,
You know,
you're not
just
going
a
for
nice-
detail.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, back in the day, Space Marine was one of my favorite games to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I played, it was Space Marine. Then it became Epic 40K.
Mm.
But I still have an Orc Space Marine army still with a bunch of all the tanks that you couldn't get in 40K, like the Death Roller and the Gob Launcher. And so I'd be excited to do a Warpath in 15mm, 10mm.
Right. And is that going to be like is that like Kings of War? You put it on the base and move the the guys like that, or is it
Yeah,
separate?
you'd be moving bases, and the bases have to be a certain amount from each other.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm curious.
I mean how Space Marine works, and I'm sure it would, it probably wouldn't be exactly like that, but I know when you build your army, you build them in bases of units.
Right.
I'm sorry, units have squads. So you buy a unit could have 3 to 5 squads, and so within that squad, those 5 bases have to be a certain amount of distance to each other, and then those say 3 squads in that unit have to be so close to each other. So it's kind of convoluted with the unit coherency, but.
So that's how you get the points like that. Because if you take like say with 40K, you take 10 Land Raiders. Right there is 3,000 points in it of itself.
Yeah.
So
and then,
okay.
And then you could in Space Marine, if you wanted a squadron of Land Raiders, it'd be like a squadron of 5, and you put 5 on the thing, and it was your squadron, your tank squadron, basically.
Well, that's all right. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. So if you really wanted, to really field a tank-heavy army, you could, like an armored battalion.
Right, without buying 30 tanks.
Yeah, and that's what I think. That's the big appeal to Flames of War, is that you can, field a whole battalion of troops and tanks and artillery, and still be able to play on a regular-sized table.
Right.
You can have 35 Russian tanks zooming across the board.
Yeah, that's.
Of course, those tanks get taken out by rifle fire, but.
Yeah, because I see the guys playing Flames of War or whatever, or Bolt Action, and they got 30 tanks on the board. But what are those? Those are 10 or 15 millimeter.
Flames of War is 15.
15, yeah.
Bolt Action's 28.
And then there's what is it? Drop Zone Commander is 6 or 10? I think it's 6.
Drop Zone. Drop Zone is
10.
Drop Zone's 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they have drop ships, and then there's something else that's 6 millimeter. Is that new one that's on Kickstarter right now? I think
Maybe.
It is.
Yeah, 6 is too small.
That's really small. That's like pinheads.
10 about as small as I want to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't go under 15.
I like 28.
Yeah, I would 28 or up to 35 or whatever it is. That's the good size.
I mean, the thing to be said about if you look at some of those guys that are playing Kings of War in 15 or 10, look at some of those boards, because it's impressive the amount of I guess you want to call units are on that table, and it looks literally like a horde.
It's like the people who play Civil War or those kind of games where they just have tons of troops and there's rank and file.
And I think this is why the guys are very excited about the historical book.
Yeah, that'd be fun to play certain armies.
Well, I think if you listen to the Mantic Radio when Matt talks about, basically it's just a generic template, and then each historical army has a certain form that you can build off of. But to add to that, you can add the mythological or the mythos to your army list. So, say this is not for sure, but if you're playing Greek, you could take a unit of Medusa.
That'd be cool.
So what armies are going to be in it? Would I be able to run a samurai army?
Yes.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. I'm looking at samurai. I'm looking at Babylonian.
Romans, I know we're in it.
Yeah, pretty much any, because it's a template, or it's a generic list that you take units from to make. But you can make your Spartan army. They're going to be there. There's going to be Vikings, of course. I don't know if we ever talked about Native Americans being in there.
I thought they said mentioned it, but I don't know if they made it in.
Yeah, I don't know if they made it in either.
There's more. There's always room for expansion. Do another one. That's something you can always just make more of.
I would love to see the Native Americans in there, like Comanche, or even as far down south as Central America.
You don't get them much in games. There's not
in
many
some
games with them.
I'd like to see some Aztecs.
Like some apocalypto stuff.
Yeah.
That would be cool, like to paint those up with all the vibrant colors and stuff like that, and
Get those Jaguar warriors, yeah. And they have a pretty robust mythos, so you could add all those little feathered dragons in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Or
Somebody riding one of those?
Or the Quaxtacatl, yeah, I was trying to think of the name.
Everyone knew it. I didn't even need to say it, really.
Well, that's because it was in the DDs and Demiguy's book right there. That's the first thing everyone, and no one could pronounce it.
Right.
Or Shadowrun. I think Shadowrun is, we dealt with those. We used to play Shadowrun back in the day.
That was the book where it was the temple and the two gods, and he had it by the throat. Was that was the book, right?
Yeah.
Demigod.
I think I have it somewhere here.
You have the first edition though, where it had all the.
No, I don't have the one with Cthulhu and stuff. That was.
And Lovecraftian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have that book.
That's the one I had.
But like a ridiculous 8th grader, still, I wrote in pencil and colored in some stuff in mine. Sketched in the binder.
That and the Monster Manual. And
Yeah.
I remember we used to play because everybody memorized the Monster Manual, and he would say, he would get, our dungeon master would get pissed off because he'd say, all right, so you walk into this room and then you see something. All right, well, what do we see? Well, it's got that rust monster. No, it's not a rust monster. Let me describe it. Okay, it's a small, squat thing with a large tail, and it has these two things coming out. What color is it? It's kind of a rust color. It's a rust monster. No, let me finish the description. It was like, you guys aren't supposed to know this. You're not supposed to have read the Monster Manual.
Yeah.
But we did, all right? So,
yeah.
Come on. Does your, all right, I go speak to these orcs. Can you speak Orcish? Yes. Well, is it on your character sheet? Hold on. See?
Yes.
Yes. I could speak Orcish.
I
By the
can
end
now.
By the end of the campaign, my guys were speaking 84 different languages.
Good times.
Yeah. All right, we want to get into a fight. Why do you guys? All you guys want to do is fight. Why do you want to fight? Because that's the best part of the game. No, but you're solving puzzles and we want to find treasure and
play Sudoku.
Fight.
Play Sudoku.
Jack, how many Pathfinders you got done?
Pathfinders?
Or are you doing the Peacekeepers?
Yeah, I'm still.
Are you doing Peacekeepers?
Them all, I based them all.
It looks like you're doing Forge Fathers.
Oh, I had the Forge Fathers.
Oh, okay.
So now every little bit of nonsense that's on those sprues, I'm just gluing them on. They're starting to get gilding the lily at this point.
Yeah, most of the stuff I don't even bother. Ready for priming, Khalishis. Look at that.
What?
See, they look pretty good.
Yeah, they do, actually. This one guy's got, like, 3 weapons because I gave the other girl just a fist, so he's, like, armored up.
You know what's cool, though? The one thing I did notice is the ones with the bows, it looks like the I don't know, what's it called? The staff that they have?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like, all right, so he's got the bow, but it's like almost like a switchblade on his leg, like ready to go. Oh, and this guy's got a sword on his back.
No, I think that's a quiver with stuff in it.
Okay.
It's a sword now.
It does look like a sword, though. Yeah, it does look like a sword. Then I'll have to fix the hilt if that's a sword. I thought it was quiver with bows at the top.
It might be.
With arrows, I mean. I don't even know what's on this one. We'll see when I, like you say, prime them, then fix them.
Yeah, that's because you'd be surprised how much stuff pops out when you prime it.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. I say, all right, I'm going to take all the mold lines off. Take all the mold lines off. All right, let's prime it. Where did this come from? Where did it? What?
Yep.
So, Jack, I
still
wanted
trying
to ask.
figure out what all this painting stuff you guys are talking about.
Are you still going with that gray color scheme?
Hey, you know, I got Gray Plague, Gray Templars, Gray Asterians, you name it, I got it.
It's a good shade of gray. Gray's very neutral. It's very calming.
Monochrome, that's what I want to try.
What are you going to do with the metal minis? They're not gray.
Silver. Polish them up.
So, Jack, I was listening to the last podcast, and you guys were unboxing the thing. I did the thing, right? I did that bit already.
Yep.
All right. So you were saying
I'll
that
spray paint them gray. Leave them out in the elements.
what was it? The paper mat was folded, and it had that whole.
The paper mat, yeah. The first thing I noticed was the color. When we were seeing the images of the mats, that looked like a red, like Martian soil type, like that color. The paper mat we got was way high on yellow, and it was tan. It was almost it was, I don't know, a light brown color, but also the way it was folded, just all the seams and fish scaled. It just breaks the printed image, so you see all the white and stuff. It was just yeah. But once we got the regular mat out, then it was the right color. It was nice and red. It was when you're unboxing, where it looked like it was a different size than the gray one. Where you guys were like, "Hey, is this the same size?" You actually lay one out on top of the other.
Right.
Yeah, but that mat. Well, we played 2 games on that mat on the new infestation mat, and I think. Oh no, we can't do a. Never mind. I was gonna say it might be a battle report, but we can't.
Yeah.
It's top
You don't
secret.
care, do you, Pat? That we talk about what we were doing, or do you care?
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah, it was because it's for your club, right? What you do?
It's going to go out to the world. It's going to go out to the stores.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we were just doing a little play testing for something Pat had whipped up, and so yeah. I know we took pictures. No one may ever see them, but yeah, the new red mat looks really nice.
So, and you know about the folding, the fish scaling for being in the business, right?
Yeah, I've been a printer for 20 years now.
So how come we don't have Match by Jack?
I don't know.
You never thought of it.
As the head of the Deadzone universe, I think you need to start working on a project like that.
Some large format printed mats that. You know what? I don't know. I like the stuff that we've seen. Rob's bought a bunch from Mats from Mars. Has some. The Deadzone ones are good. I don't know. I think the market's pretty saturated. I don't know if I could come up with something that was new and
Yeah, Mario is a good guy, though. I know him. He's a good guy. He's like an artiste.
So yeah, when I saw that paper mat, it wasn't. It didn't. It didn't inspire me, but the actual mouse pad one, that was on point.
Yeah, it's actually it's really nice. It really came out nice. The mat is and I loved the regular Deadzone mat. That was pretty cool.
So I'm gonna have to base because all my bases that I did in that gray, the original gray color, so they would match the mat that we had there. And now I think at least the Veerman, I'm gonna get a swatch out, see where I am on the palette for that, and then make those bases match that mat.
Yeah, all my plague are like on industrial bases, so I gotta. But you can't change that because then it's like, then you get a snow mat. And you're like, oh, I have old desert mat. I have old desert bases. I'm gonna put them on a snow mat, but
Rob was toying with snow bases. What's
going on with your keyboard there, Rob?
Oh, I'm taking apart a laptop. I did snow bases for I started doing a Brotherhood army. There's piecemeal for King's War, and I'm doing those on snow bases. They're cool.
I did a whole thing of Necrons on snow bases. But that secret weapon miniatures, I was talking with the guys, and they're like, "Oh, you got to buy this stuff." I said, "Well, what is it?" And it's for the snow. It's crushed glass.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But the thing is, it's like it's crushed glass, like at like a dust level. So like if you use it, you have to put a rebreather on, and they want you to put safety goggles on so that it doesn't get in your eyes.
Yeah, it'll kill you, man.
All right, and then you have to put gloves on. I'm like, all right, forget it. You know what? I'm gonna use baking soda.
Yeah, I use baking soda with white glue.
Gale Force 9 makes a nice snow flock that you can mix with glue that does really well.
Mm-hmm. Well, and a lot of guys, some of the guys were telling me that there's this stuff that Vallejo puts out. I don't know the exact name. It's like you add it to metal miniatures. You add it to any color to make it like a metal. And he says you just mix that with the snow stuff and it glistens and it looks like snow.
I have that Vallejo stuff. It's like a pearlescent.
But I did. Where's my?
It's right here. I got this little snow basing reference that I got somewhere.
Yeah, I've seen that before too somewhere.
Yeah, Vallejo foam snow is what it's called. I use this all the time now when I make snow.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how I want it to look.
Oh, and it tells you how to mix the stuff together, or?
Yeah, it tells you what you put together to make that. So like the first one is just the Vallejo foam snow by itself. Then you have the Vallejo foam snow. Then you top it when it's wet with the Woodland Scenic Snowflake.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it at? Most of the time I do this one right here, the glue with the Woodland Scenic Snow, and then top it with the snow again on top.
Mm-hmm.
This is the real easy one to do. So.
Well, maybe after Infestation, the next planet will be a polar. Will be some sort of winter theme, and everyone can break out their snow skills.
Well, you could do it now on Exum because don't forget Twin Calamities, plunging temperatures.
Jack doesn't know the fluff.
See, I did these guys. I did Necrons, and I put them on like snow bases. I just used baking soda and this stuff. I found this stuff. We got a thing called the Christmas tree shop out here. which is open all year round. I mixed it with this like sand, but it's white.
Yeah.
And it's very fine. You're supposed to put like shells and you put a candle in it to make it all like foo-foo. But that's my sand.
Everybody likes foo-foo sand.
Yeah, you gotta sometimes you gotta get that inner child or inner feminine side. You guys all right? You gonna fall asleep on me?
No, I got some modeling done. That's good.
You guys are all Eastern time, right? I'm the only one not Eastern time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's early for you.
It's true. I'm in the middle of my work schedule now. This is usually the time when all the chores around the house get done.
Well, this is a nice long weekend for us, so I don't mind staying up.
That's right.
Boy, what's the holiday?
Victoria Day.
Victory Day.
Victoria Day. The Queen.
Oh. Queen Victoria's birthday.
Is that on Monday?
Yeah.
Yes.
All of Canada gets it off?
Yep.
What about the Inuits?
Oh yeah, we force them to take it. Nobody complains about getting a day off.
Yeah.
Actually, it is called different things, I think, some places. But your Memorial Day is next week, right?
Yeah, next Monday.
Yeah, next weekend.
It's usually that's what they always do is put them 1 weekend apart.
Yeah, I work in the medical biz though, so I don't really get holidays off, so it all means nothing to me.
Oh yeah. What? The sick people don't just stop coming?
Yeah, well, we just stop taking care of them. We all go home.
That's right.
Have time for yourself for a day, guys.
It's a holiday.
But I need my medicine. It's Memorial Day, man. I gotta go drink beer and cook hamburgers.
It'll automatically dispense. The pill will come out through this hole.
Yeah.
Oh, don't give them that idea. They'll just replace you.
Well, I was like in New York. The mayor came in and gave us a Chinese holiday and a Muslim holiday. And when I went to work, people were like all pissed off. They were like, can you believe we got a Muslim holiday off? Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I don't care. I got the day off, man.
I don't care what it's for. Yeah.
Whatever. It's like, you're complaining about a day off. Like I don't take Martin Luther the King Day off. Why not? That makes no sense to me. Just
I'll take whatever I can get.
wallow in your stupidity on your own at home.
If I could get a day off on a holiday, that would be awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
They're paying you to stay home.
You have to be seriously butthurt to just go to work out of spite. Just to go to work and go, I'll show them.
I'm going to work.
Show them. Here I am scrubbing the fryers, and let's show them.
Yeah, now they're feeling bad for me.
This'll teach them.
Yeah. Now I'll learn them.
I might give my Veerman silver pants.
What?
Like space pants.
Oh, like hammer pants?
Yeah, that's right. They're not parachute enough. Space pants.
That's the one you.
I can't get any of these other effects to work.
Oh.
It's very upsetting to me because I would like to wear a clown head right now.
Is that in the toolbox?
Yeah. It's off to the left there. It's under Google Effects.
Oh yeah.
I can't get out of settings to try it, or it disappears. So thanks, Google.
Don't touch anything.
The only thing I can get to work are the sounds.
Yeah, you click on nothing happens, eh?
I've been trying to wear this Google headband now for about an hour.
Which one do you want, Pat? I'm gonna try to put it on you.
Oh yeah, maybe the moderator has to do it.
Put the Google headband or the clown head. Let me sit up. My posture was poor. I was slouching.
Launch. Google Effects has set itself to automatically load at the start of a video call. All right, so.
Yeah, it's weird. None of the things seem to do anything.
I have my own special effects. Watch this.
It is very cool. I like the green line. It adds something.
Thanks, Google.
That's so weird that it does that, Jack.
Yeah, well, I have the latest of an equipment, so I can understand why it's not up to par.
We have the exact same cameras.
Yeah, I'm running Vista.
Vista.
Windows 95.
It hasn't automatically updated you to 10?
No. They just basically, and I know this is getting a little off topic, and we haven't done that yet, this hangout, but basically every time I turn on Chrome, it says, hey, we're not doing any updates for Chrome, we're not doing any updates for Vista, we're basically washing our hands of you. And I'm like, okay, that's just fine, because my laptop has Windows 10 on it, and it is unusable, so I'll just stick with this.
Don't forget, half of that's honey garlic sauce's fault.
What?
That's some sticky keys. That's.
Were you eating B-dubs when you're in front of your computer?
Actually, it was some pizza, and it was a honey garlic sauce that slipped off the cardboard, thing, and I'm walking, and yeah.
So you have a sticky keyboard and you're blaming it on pizza. Right. Sure.
Oh, I've touched that keyboard. Oh.
That's what you're telling Rob, right? Oh, no, it's not that.
Honey garlic sauce, I swear.
It's the pizza.
But it tasted like
and
when I licked the
and
keys.
It got on the couch, and it got on
Ew.
Horrible. Well, I'm disgusted.
I'm thoroughly disgusted.
It might be time to leave. I'm done. That's it. Click.
your delicate sensibilities.
I'm quitting in protest.
I take what was that, the Orson Welles? I take directions from one person under protest.
That's right. Yeah. What's a gonk?
There's a gonk.
Yeah.
Oh, Orson Welles.
There's some kind of grape juice commercial he was doing.
A wine commercial is the famous one where he's
Really
trash.
drunk?
Yeah. Then there's one where he's doing frozen peas that's pretty funny too.
Oh yeah, that's the
He
one.
just does not care.
Frozen
peas.
He's at the I just need money stage.
And you know what? He reached that age. You know that age when you don't care anymore and you can just do whatever you want. And he had that level of fame. Like it was a perfect storm of just not giving a rat's ass. Oh, it's brilliant.
Brando before Brando.
Yeah. He was the same way.
Why? We have to do it again. Why? That was perfect. Come on, hell get in there?
Trying something else, Pat?
What?
It pops up on our screen when you're doing stuff.
Yeah, you're trying the draw app. We all saw it. You're not getting away with anything.
Am I still sharing my screen?
No, it's just you.
Pat is accessing this app. Pat is accessing this app.
Oh, is that what it says?
Yeah.
How do you fucking turn this thing off? What have I done?
What have I done?
At least it's not pizza on a keyboard.
Yeah. So
Quote
cool.
unquote.
Rob's gonna show up next week. Hey, Jack, I got your new keyboard.
Oh, is that the keyboard you were taking apart?
No. Yeah, it's a laptop. That's a problem. It'd be kind of hard to replace that keyboard.
But it's basically useless now, anyways. Windows 10 has rendered it. Yeah.
We
I don't
record the podcast on that thing too.
Everyone I know who jumped on, like, I was the one who was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. Everyone else within days was like, I'm done. I'm out. I should have went back.
Should have went back. Well, that's that laptop I was taking apart. Windows 10 on it, destroyed the laptop.
Serious?
Yeah, fried it. It
I
doesn't
haven't-
like old stuff.
I haven't had a real problem with Windows 10.
Is your computer newer?
Well, I built it.
Yeah.
All right, whatever that is I downloaded, I just get rid of.
Yeah, the last time we recorded the podcast, we couldn't even get Audacity to work, and that's our go-to for.
Well, it was acting really weird. It ended up recording, but it was like the screen was fading, and we're like, oh god.
And we were on a time limit too, because we went to go see Civil War. By the time Rob got here, and we needed to get it done because we were meeting up with people too for Civil War. So I was like, oh god. And Rob's patience level, like he's a bit fiery, that boy. And yeah, eventually it worked. But
Yeah, luckily it worked.
You getting antsy lately?
I have no patience for slow things. Yeah. I forgot, yeah, when it was loading up, it was screwing up. I forgot about that. Damn.
This plugin wasn't working anymore. This plugin wasn't working anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be in trouble if your laptop dies. There goes the podcast. You'll know when the podcast stops running is because Jack's laptop died.
Well, you should sell it now, quick.
Give it to somebody else.
Cons, it doesn't work very well. Pros, smells like honey garlic.
Are we talking about the podcast or the laptop?
Oh, why not both?
It kind of applies to both.
This week on the Honey Barbecue podcast, where we were talking about sticky computer screens.
Except for Rob would call honey garlic the podcast.
Yes.
When you said pizza, were you talking about Little Caesar?
No. We have a place called Pizza in Canada.
Oh, okay. You get 2 pizzas for a price of 1?
I don't know if it started out that way, but no.
You get
You
twice
get
the
barely
price
tolerable
of
pizza.
one.
Because that's how Little Caesar started out.
Yeah, pizza. We have Little Caesars too. It just sucks.
Well, if for $5 a pizza, I don't think you can complain.
We used to work at a place that was above a Little Caesars, and needless to say, we are sick of Little Caesars.
Little Caesars got me through college.
Yeah. That was Wendy's for me, which I don't eat Wendy's anymore because of.
Yeah, that dollar menu at Wendy's was pretty tight, too.
We don't get dollar menus in Canada. It's $1.60 or something.
The dollar chili was the best. from Wendy's.
Wendy's chili is good.
Yeah. If you want to produce a factory of gas, I think it's great.
Well, that's just global warming. It's all God.
It's all Wendy's chili's fault.
Yes.
They should be regulating Wendy's chili instead of trying to fix the environment.
Mm-hmm.
We've solved something here.
That's
Start
what we
the petition.
do. Damn it! I glued my fingers together again. Ow. Damn it!
That's just really good at gluing fingers. Not so much at gluing metal.
Is this Lando?
What do you guys use for super glue?
I use.
Me and Jack are on the same page.
Yeah.
I use crazy glue. Crazy. But I don't actually like this one.
Well, you know it's crazy because it's got the K.
It's true. I don't like the Gorilla Glue. I find it too watery.
Really? I love the Gorilla Glue.
Every model from this infestation, the plastic, whatever, it's the perfect. It's worked better. Just getting everything bound up real nice. Takes a little, like Gorilla Glue takes a little bit of time. You have to hold it, but
yeah,
it's on there forever.
It seals it. It like melts it right together. I've got no complaints.
I do like that Loctite stuff. It actually worked really good last time I got it.
The Loctite gel. I like the gel because it doesn't go all over the place.
Yeah.
Just on your fingers?
Well, you know, that's occupational hazard.
Yeah, especially when you're putting the toes on the dog drone or the handlebars on those speeder bikes.
It's
you actually put the handlebars on the speeder bikes?
You don't want to know what I did. You don't want to know.
I didn't.
You go, jackass, what did you do that for?
Those pieces were so small, I was like, no way.
No, I built actual steering wheels so it looked more like the Return of the Jedi speeder bike.
That's cool. Like,
no, it's really not. But yeah,
okay. I only gave you 2, thankfully.
Well, how many did you get altogether?
10. It's a little excessive, I realize.
Well, for Deadzone, how many can you possibly need?
Well, you need 3 troopers.
You need 6 to get 2.
Yeah.
So, per vehicle.
And troopers are expensive.
I don't know can you field enough? Like, you couldn't use enforcers. You couldn't use peacekeepers.
No.
Your model count would not be high enough.
All right, so let's break it down. All right. What leader are you taking?
The cheapest one.
Cheapest one? You want to go Pathfinder?
Sure, if he's cheaper.
Yeah, he's 22. So let's go. 22. All right. So then we'll go on Assault Enforcers. 14 points. Let's say times 6. 84 plus 22 for the leader. Plus 2 24-point jet bikes. Hitting you, you're at 154.
There you go.
So then you could take maybe you take a few Pathfinders. You get maybe 1 Peacekeeper. Yeah, so you're 46 left. You can actually take a Peacekeeper and a regular Pathfinder, a regular Regular Enforcer for 16. That's not bad. Hey, let's do this. Hold on. All right, now we're building lists. Let's get to it. Right.
You'd go, say, a Pathfinder Sergeant.
All right.
2 points.
Here we go.
Got a Pathfinder Sergeant, 5 Pathfinders, 5 bikes for 187 points.
You can't do that
You need 3 per
Why not?
vehicle.
because you need 3 per vehicle.
Ah, okay.
So it's the troop
Not
tax
used to that yet.
vehicle.
Okay.
So let's take a good leader. Let's take the captain. He's 34 points. We'll take regular enforcers. 16, right? So 16 times 6 equals 96 plus 34. We're at 130. Jet bikes are 24. So you're still at, you got 22 left to dick around with. Well, technically you don't because you're going to have to take 2 shields. So that's the given, right? So, and then you can throw some ammo. Yeah, definitely throw some ammo.
Well, I figured it out to get Pathfinder Sergeant and 30 Assault Enforcers and 10 jet bikes is only 682 points.
You must be just playing Warpath by that.
Yeah. Yeah, so you go
2 jet
cap-
bikes? Yeah. That'd still be fun.
All right. Pathfinder Sergeant, 6 Pathfinders, 2 bikes, 160.
Right.
See? I got 40 points to play with.
Well, you're at 170 because you got to take 2 shields. Too bad you don't have 42 points left over. You're 2 points short to take the Peacekeeper on the monobike.
Or you could just give one of the assault guys the monobike. But
No,
you can't have that shield, right? Oh, because... Is Peacekeeper on a monobike actually... I don't think it's a... Can you actually build that anymore?
Yeah. It's an item for 12 points.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
I
unique
know.
item. So you're
But isn't that
you're
the same as shields? No, they're rare.
No,
It's
Yeah.
unique.
the mono wheel is unique, so you're only going to take 1.
One, yeah. That sucks. Well, I can give one of my assault enforcers a mono wheel.
Well, why would you want to do that?
I don't know.
So you could fly into combat and get killed quicker.
Yeah, pretty much. Can you have a shield in a mono wheel? No, they should find some way you can have a shield in a mono wheel.
Why not? Well, that's 2 items. right?
Items,
You can
yeah.
carry 2 items.
Z's good.
Yeah. These they're in Fabian's army. They're the gray plastic because nobody wants to paint them.
Jack can paint them. Jack loves Z's.
If I played Dreadball, I think I'd play these.
I don't play Z.
What's so funny?
That's Barry.
I feel like that's one of those teams that need to be revamped.
Okay, I don't think every team needs to be competitive. I don't play Dreadball, but I don't think every team has to have perfect balance. I think you can have fun playing the team that you want to, that gets up to shenanigans, and the Z's sounds like that.
But after a while, getting your ass handed to you, you want to have a team that might win a game.
That's
It-
why
not
you
even-
play Z's
not even
when you
necess-
want to play Z's.
Not even saying necessarily that you need to win the game, but you got to at least be able to make it close.
Jack wins all the time anyway, so.
I'm undefeated.
That's my point. I'm not saying that the team has to overrun, but if it gets landslid every time, then it's not even a fun team to play for fun. because you don't get a chance to do what you want to do for fun.
Yeah.
For Infestation, I've got a pretty good record going now. Since the betas came out, I'm doing
So
pretty
you-
well.
so-
Rob schooled me like he used to just bend me over.
He said he's ready for a tournament there, Coach.
That sounds like it to me.
The thing about Adepticon next year is that I'm going to have to figure out what's going to go on because we're going to run into system overlay now because we have so many games and we'll have only so many days to run tournaments. So
Mm-hmm.
Coach will run the Deadzone.
Are you volunteering me?
Well, I'll give everybody else the chance to win.
I was going to get Jack, or I was going to get Rob to do it.
Yeah, you know what? I tell you,
Coach will get the. Everyone will think Coach did a great job after he did.
even if Rob does it, right?
Exactly.
And he won't even be there.
I know, Pat.
Coach
Pat,
can be
you,
there.
Pat, you understand the whole dynamic here?
Mm-hmm. They told me I did the podcast review.
We complain about Coach constantly to Pat.
They were a little bit sour.
You know, the sourness is misplaced. I tried to do the right thing. You should direct all your malcontent toward Mr. Renton.
Oh, it is. Don't worry.
It was great because when I interviewed him, I was like, "Yo, no, you know, I do the channel and they do the podcast." He goes, "Yeah, you do a great job on the podcast." And I was like, "All right, you know, I tried."
That's Ronnie.
You tried very hard.
Well, here's what it is. I'm going to give you a little secret there, Jack and Rob. When you see him at Adepticon next year, you bring it up to him. Make it look like you are genuinely hurt, and then you'll get free models.
Oh,
You go like, "Oh, here, take this. Sorry for hurting your feelings."
perfect.
Now you're speaking our language.
So I'm just gonna go next year and go, "I'm really pissed off,
Now
Ronnie."
everyone's going to do that.
Yeah.
But he knows. Well, if it happens to me, and Ronnie said, "Well, just send me your email and we'll send you something." So get on that bandwagon quick.
The secret's out now. Everyone will be doing it. There'll be about 50 people all around him. I'm from the Deadzone podcast.
You don't look like Coach.
I'm the production manager for Deadzone the podcast. I'm the lighting guy for Deadzone the podcast.
I'm the key grip for the Deadzone podcast.
I'm a gaffer. I'm the personal assistant to Mr. Fike. I'm the personal assistant to Mr. Jake Fike.
That's right.
Isn't it Jake Fick?
Yeah, you gotta change it. It's whatever Rob Finnif decides it is.
That's where it all happened, right? Was Rob? Right?
Actually, no, I think Adam Voxman did it first.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, Mr. Tremblay.
Yeah.
I hope he makes it out to Adepticon next year, too.
Yeah, he probably said not next year, but hopefully. Damn schooling, taking up all his time.
He's like going to be some kind of director or something.
Oh, he's something. Although, as long as he doesn't burn down with all the wildfires near him.
Oh, I know. Did he have to get evacuated out of that area, you think?
No, he was on the other side, luckily.
That's good news. Yeah, when I heard that was happening over there, and I wasn't sure if he was on that side of the fire or not.
He went the other way, luckily.
That boy's had a lot of schooling.
Wait, you guys have wildfires? I thought it was all like frozen tundra out there.
Yeah, they have wildfires in frozen tundra. It's crazy.
It's those polar bears. They don't know how to put out their cigarettes. They don't have
Yeah,
snow. They They don't have
No,
Smokey the Bear out in Canada, so they just don't learn.
You beat me to it.
Only you could prevent forest fires.
In America.
Canada, not so much.
There's probably some Americans visiting that did it anyway, so.
Yeah. It's probably those tourists.
I don't know how many tourists you get up in Fort McMurray.
Couldn't come through rural.
That's like all oil fields.
It's probably smoking during the Adirondack, cutting through Alberta.
I'm sure it was just some oil workers screwing around. They're probably from Newfoundland. So.
Is there a lot of oil drilling up that way?
Oh yeah, that's where it all is. If your oil isn't coming from Saudi Arabia, it's coming from there.
Those Albertans, they know what's up.
It's that and cows.
Cows and oil.
Yeah, that's all they got. It's more than we got. Well, I think I'm gonna have to call it quits.
Yeah,
We'll pick it tomorrow.
It's about that time.
I'm going to a beer festival.
Nice.
Ooh.
I gotta mow the lawn.
No.
I did that today.
I looked outside and said I should mow the lawn now. And then the couch won.
Damn couch.
Well, it's been raining here all day, so.
Well, it's supposed to be hotter tomorrow, so that was my thing. It'll be warmer tomorrow, so I can enjoy the sun while I'm mowing the lawn.
That's why I did it today. I don't want to be out there in the sun. It's above. I think it was like 60 today. That's getting a little too much for my.
There's a veritable heat wave over there.
Yeah.
Wait, the sun comes out in Canada?
We have the same weather as you, Coach. we're like 100 miles apart. I mean, come on.
You know, once you cross that border, you know, you're like north of the wall.
Yeah, the whole weather pattern changed.
Yeah.
Cross over the river.
I got to tell you, when we were at Adepticon, we were going to leave Monday morning, and I was like, why don't we go to it? You know, we'll go to Adepticon, we'll check out, we'll go to Adepticon, and then we'll leave from there. And I remember we were driving back, and it was probably like 3 in the morning. We were in Ohio or something like that, and they had a tablet in the rest area showing the weather pattern. And we looked, and it was just all snow in Chicago, right? Right? And we were like,
Yeah.
Good thing we left.
You left the day. You left the day before
Following
the snow?
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We left the morning before the snow. So we left Sunday morning. And I remember I was listening to you on the podcast. You were like, "Yeah, we were packing up, and the snow started."
Yeah, all those guys got snowed in that didn't leave right away.
Yeah.
Like Adam and all those guys that were Geek Nation.
Yeah. Yeah, we left at like what time? We leave about noon on Sunday, and I think we missed most of it, which was nice. But
Well, I'll be honest with you, it's not an Adepticon unless there's some kind of adverse weather going on. I mean, it snowed again this year at Adepticon.
Yeah.
it's March.
It's March in Chicago.
We can't complain. It snowed in May here.
Yeah, I mean, we get April sometimes, but
It's crazy.
it just happens. I mean, it's not an Adepticon if it doesn't snow, in my opinion, anymore now.
And at Adepticon, well, the last year, with the year we went, we were walking around in T-shirts. It was gorgeous. The weather was fantastic. So there was no indication that as soon as we left.
Well, then it would get it was like warm, and then the sun would go down. It'd be like freezing. We'd like freeze ourselves trying to get to our hotel.
I remember walking. We came from dinner, going back to the hotel, and Andrew had a backpack on, and the wind hit him, and it took the backpack. It was almost like a parachute, and he's like, "Oh!" Get him before he's in Lake Michigan. It was that bad.
No Chicago weather.
Well, now I know why it's called the Windy City. They weren't lying.
Right.
No, yeah, it gets windy out there.
All that wind coming off the fjords.
The fjords. All right, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
It's that time.
This
Yeah.
has been real
It was
cool.
fun. Well, the next time we do this, I'll bring my laptop down to the basement so I can hobby also.
Yes, absolutely. So
Yeah.
Pat, I'll see you. I'll speak to you on Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah, about 8 or 9. What's good for you?
Nine's better. Just
9's
'cause,
better?
yeah, by the time
9
I
your-
get home.
9 your time.
9 my time, yes.
Okay, perfect.
All right. When's the next podcast coming out, fellas?
I don't know.
Just came
Whenever
out
we
the other
record it.
day, right?
Yeah, we just did one. Jeez.
Yeah.
Stop pressuring us.
Listen,
Number 7
you're
just came out.
if you're not on this, living up to the potential schedule, I don't have to come up there.
I don't have to get my passport out to come yell at you.
I don't
You
need a
have to-
passport. I just need a license.
No, you need a passport.
No, I don't. No, you don't. I can get a license that says you can
Oh,
go.
enhanced or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's America.
Yeah, but then what if you want to go to Europe? Then it's
Well, you don't live in Europe, so I'm okay.
just get the passport. But we just did our unboxing, so hopefully we're gonna
Next
have
one will be Mantic Open Day. We'll report on. I'm sure we got a lot to report that. So.
some news from that. We'll shill the hangout. We'll make sure to let everyone know that we were on the Community Pats.
We did that
podcast,
last one,
episode 4, where Rob revealed some very. It was a stunning revelation that I didn't even know about the forming of our podcast, which really shook the foundations of our dynamic.
Really?
And,
Because weren't
yeah.
you there from the beginning?
What's that?
Weren't you there from the beginning?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's just
We're-
trying to sell it.
You'll have to listen to it to see what transpired.
Yeah, I'll definitely do
And yeah, so we'll probably do. We have news from the open day. We'll get our plugs in for this and Community Pats podcast, and then we'll probably just do like, hey, what hobbying have we done? Kind of like a walkthrough of what we liked, what we didn't like. Maybe the next couple weeks.
Is Pat going to have to make a commercial?
Yeah, for sure. He's got to record a commercial up for the show.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah? I'm not gonna.
No, I mean, I am. I mean, what are you looking for? Tell me now so I can start thinking about it.
Yeah, don't let them do it.
A high production quality.
Everything I do is type production.
That's right. It's after Countercharge, they raised the bar on our production quality. Everybody had to get their ads up there.
You want a Mantic ad is what you want?
For your Mantic Radio.
Oh, okay. I can definitely do that. That's easy enough.
There you
Yeah.
go. We got the Family of Gamers one in the rotation now, so.
I'm gonna add all these Google effects sounds, especially this one I haven't clicked yet.
Oh,
Oh.
we could use that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm out here.
Yeah. Me
Stop
too.
talking.
Okay.
All right, guys. Have a good day. All right.
See you
Stop the
guys.
broadcast.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.